Live on a Friday night at Utah Grizzlies Hockey, as it's game 8 of 9 straight on the road as the Grizzlies begin a 2-game weekend series with the first-place Kansas City Mavericks. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the first of 9 meetings this year between the Grizzlies and the Mavericks. Utah was 7-1 against Kansas City last year, but the tables really have turned as Kansas City's been an unbelievable team this season. They are in first place with a record of 26-7-1. The Grizzlies are 3-4 on the current road trip. They have played good hockey as of late, as they are 6-4 in their last 10 games. Remember, the last 3 games Grizzlies had at Mavericks Center to complete the 2023 calendar year. They swept the Tulsa Oilers 3 straight games. Utah has been led by Brett Stapley, who has a point in 10 straight games. He has 14 points in his last 10 games with 6 goals and 8 assists. 2024 All-Star Kyle Mayhew certainly been good for Utah, as he has a point in 7 of his 9 games. Mayhew, this past Monday, represented the Grizzlies in the ECHL All-Star Classic, where he scored 1 goal in the league's 18-11 victory over the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Adam Berg has certainly been good for the Grizzlies lately. He has a point in 3 straight games, but they are facing a very hot Kansas City Mavericks club who are on a current 9-game winning streak, and they are in first place in the Mountain Division with 53 standings points and a 779 point percentage. The Mavericks are 4th in the league in goals per game at 3.97, and they also lead the league in goals allowed per game at 2.68. So it's the Grizzlies' first look at the Kansas City Mavericks this season. It should be an interesting one. Utah is 3-4 on the current road trip, and we'll see what happens here this evening. It should be a lot of fun. It's the Grizzlies and the Mavericks coming up in a few minutes. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave near the Grizzlies team store at Mavericks Center. Tonight in the building is G League basketball, as the Salt Lake City Stars are in action. When we come back to the Grizzlies pregame report, we're going to talk about some of the big roster moves over the last couple days. A couple defensemen go to the AHL, and Utah earlier today signed 1 defenseman and 1 forward. We'll tell you who they are on the other side as we're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting, the first of a 2-game weekend series between the Grizzlies and the Kansas City Mavericks. Well, the Grizzlies had some roster shakeups over the last couple days. The Grizzlies lost a couple defensemen to the American Hockey League. As on Wednesday, Grizzlies defenseman Josh Wesley was reassigned to Colorado. Wesley has 8 goals this season, which are tied for the league lead amongst defensemen. So the Grizzlies lose their captain to Colorado. Yesterday, the Grizzlies lost another defenseman as Brian Yoon was loaned to the AHL's Hartford Wolfpack. Yoon has been a great plus-minus player for the Grizzlies. He leads Utah with a +11 rating, and he is also a +9 in his last 9 games. The Grizzlies lose Wesley and Yoon, and so that means the Utah only had 5 healthy defensemen going into today. So the Grizzlies signed defenseman Sam Rossini, who's going to be making his professional debut. Rossini played at the University of Minnesota for 5 seasons from 2017 through 2022. Rossini is actually the first 5-time Letterer winner in Gopher hockey history. And you think about the great history that the University of Minnesota has with their hockey program. He was the first 5-time Letterer. So, he did some good things over in Minnesota. He was a 4-time academic All Big Ten. He played in 52 games in 5 seasons with the Gophers, and he had 3 goals and 11 assists. Rossini, Hockey DB lists him as 6 feet 2 inches tall. Elite Prospects listed him as 6'4". We're not sure how tall he is. We assume he's somewhere between 6'2" and 6'4" and about 200 pounds. He will be wearing number 40 for the Grizzlies, which last year is worn by Andrew Nilsson. Remember, last year, Nilsson had 6 assists in a game against Kansas City in November of 2022. So watch out for Sam Rossini. He's going to be one of 6 defensemen for the Grizzlies this evening, as Grizzlies also get back Kyle Mayhew, who missed Sunday's game in Wichita, where the Thunder defeated the Grizzlies 6-3. And you think about, with Yoon going to Hartford, it'll be a Hartford Wolfpack. They're affiliated with the New York Rangers. That means that there are no defensemen on the current roster who have appeared in all 36 games. As after tonight, the Grizzlies will be at the halfway point of the regular season. This is game 36 of 72. There are 4 forwards who are in the Grizzlies lineup tonight who have appeared in every game. And they include Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, who's played in all 36 games here this season, and he's certainly been a force for the Grizzlies over the last couple of seasons, 2.5 seasons to be exact. Grizzlies also have Brandon Cutler in there for the 36th time. He's got 13 goals this year. Cole Gallant has appeared in every game, and he's second on the club with 26 points in 35 games. And Mick Messner has appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this season. One other signing, the Grizzlies earlier today claimed forward Jordan Stallard off of waivers from Kansas City. He played in 5 games of the Kansas City Mavericks this season and was waived earlier this week, and the Grizzlies picked him up. Stallard is a former 5th-round draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets back in 2016. Stallard has previous experience in this league with Allen and Indy, both of that coming in the 2018-2019 season. He played in 3 seasons at Acadia University. His best year was in the 2019-2020 season, where he had 10 goals and 13 assists in 25 games. This season, along with the 5 games with Kansas City, he's also played in 15 games in the SBHL with the Knoxville Ice Bears, where he was a pretty good goal scorer, had 7 goals and 11 assists in 15 games. He was also a +4 for the Ice Bears. Stallard will wear number 54 for the Grizzlies. He'll be one of 11 forwards for Ryan Kanasowicz's crew here this evening. When we come back to the Grizzlies pregame report, we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams, and we'll also talk about the goaltending matchup. Will Cranley will get the start in net for the Grizzlies. We're back in 1 minute with the lineups for both teams. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. We're not sure who the starters are yet in terms of the defensemen. I believe the graphic that they showed on Flow Sports might have an indication as to who the starting forwards will be for the Grizzlies. Utah will be rolling with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen here this evening after the Grizzlies signed forward Jordan Stallard. Some publications call him Jordy Stallard, but Jordan Stallard will be wearing number 54 for the Grizzlies, and the new defenseman is Sam Rossini, the University of Minnesota product, who played in 5 seasons with the Gophers. This will be his professional debut. He'll be wearing number 40. For the Grizzlies, the starting forwards, we believe, are going to be Nathan Burke, who's got 10 goals and 12 assists in 31 games. Burke will be wearing number 24. He'll be lined up next to Brett Stapley, who's got a 10-game point-scoring streak. Stapley leads the Grizzlies with 23 assists this year, and he also leads the club with 32 points. And Cole Gallant, who's second on the team with 26 points. He'll be in there wearing number 25. He has 7 goals and 19 assists this year. Other forwards we're expected to see include Adam Berg, who's got a point in 3 straight games. Mick Messner has 10 goals, which are tied for second on the club. Messner has 3 shorthanded tallies this year. Brandon Cutler leads the Grizzlies with 13 goals this year. He also leads the team with 129 shots on goal, and he also leads the team with 53 penalty minutes. We also see Aaron Aragon in there. He's got 5 goals and 4 assists in 27 games. The Ironman Tyler Penner will be in there for Utah. He had 4 assists in the last 4 games. He had an outstanding series against the Allen Americans. And Dylan Fitz is in there. Fitz has been outstanding in the month of January. Fitz has 4 goals in 7 games in the month of January. We'll also see Dean Yakura wearing number 5. Yakura is the oldest skater in team history at 38 years old. And the newest Grizzly, Jordan Stallard, will also be in there wearing number 54. Stallard looking for a little bit of revenge as he used to play with the Kansas City Mavericks. So that's 11 forwards for the Grizzlies tonight. We believe the starters are going to be Burke, Stapley, and Gallant. The starting defensive pairing, looks like they finally listed the starters on the ECHL app. Starting forwards are Burke, Stapley, and Gallant. The starting defensive pairing is Kyle Mayhew, who's wearing number 27. He had 1 goal in the All-Star game this past Monday. He also has a point in 7 of his last 9 games. And he'll be paired up with Keone Teixeira in his second game back. He missed a lot of time, and he last played at home on December 9th, and he missed quite a bit of time, a little bit more than a month. Teixeira is making his 21st appearance this year. He has 1 goal and 6 assists and an even plus-minus rating. Starting goaltender is going to be Will Cranley, who's making his 14th appearance overall, his 8th in a Grizzlies uniform. Cranley was outstanding this past Saturday in the Grizzlies' 4-2 victory over Allen. This year, Cranley, in 7 games with Utah, has a 2-2 record with a 3.44 goals against average and 904 save percentage. Cranley's a starting goaltender. Dante Januzzi is the backup. Starting lineup for the Kansas City Mavericks. Looks like they're going out right now on Flow Sports. Kansas City is wearing an orange jersey with white numbers. The white kind of could turn into a little bit of a silver. White numbers in the back. Looks like a pretty sharp look. Their starting goaltender is Dylan Kelly, who's making his 16th appearance this year. Kelly has a 12-2 record with a 2.55 goals against average and 903 save percentage. Starting defensive pairing is going to be Nate Konepke, wearing number 5. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists in 30 games. He'll be paired up with Marc-Olivier Duquette, who leads the Mavericks with a plus 18 rating. He has 4 goals and 9 assists in 32 games. So that's the starting defensive pairing, as Kansas City is rolling with 12 forwards and 5D here tonight, as they will also have Josh Carlson, Theo Calvis, and Nate Konepke, Ryan Devine. Devine's the other defenseman. So the starters are going to be Duquette and Konepke. We'll also see Carlson, Calvis, and Devine. Starting forwards, Jeremy McKenna, who was one of their best goal scorers last year. He's starting wearing number 12. McKenna has 3 goals and 3 assists in 3 games. Patrick Curry, who was an all-star this year. Curry has 17 goals and 23 assists in 34 games. He'll be in there wearing number 17. And Cade, don't call me Curtis Borchardt's going to be in there in the starting lineup wearing number 28. He has 9 goals and 29 assists in 33 games. The 38 points is second most among all league rookies. When we come back, we'll have face-off over at Cable Dahmer Arena. It's the Grizzlies and the Mavericks coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
guys put together. A lot of good games, you know.
It's a great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as it's the first of 9 meetings this year between the Grizzlies and the Kansas City Mavericks. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting. Utah is 3-4 currently on the road trip, and they're taking on a Kansas City Mavericks team who are wearing an orange jersey with white numbers and white lettering in the back as Nate Konepke stretches out, as well as Marc-Olivier Duquette. Good goaltending matchup tonight. Dylan Kelly gets the start for Kansas City. He's got a 12-2 record. For the Grizzlies, it's going to be Will Cranley, who was 2-2 in a Grizzlies uniform. Cranley, this past Saturday, stopped 30 of 32 to earn his second victory in a Grizzlies uniform. That was a 4-2 win over the Allen Americans. Cade Borchert stretching things out. Borchert's been one of the best rookies in the league. Watch out for him. Also watch out for Patrick Curry, who has 40 points in 34 games. The Mavericks have a lot of key scorers. Utah in the cream color jerseys, and it's the alternate with a capital green G in the front and green numbers in the back with black lettering. As Stapley will take the draw against Patrick Curry, and the draw is won by the Grizzlies, who are skating from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube as Mayhew turns it over. Curry skates in, will take a shot, saved by Cranley, rebound, shot, and a score. And 12 seconds into the game, Cade Borchert gets his 10th of the year, and it's 1-0 Mavericks. Well, Grizzlies won the face-off, then a turnover as the puck bounced off a stick, and then Curry just skated down Broadway. Cranley initially made a stick save, and then Borchert with a drive-by came in. Puck was laying in front of the crease, and he got the puck and put it away. So the seats aren't warm yet in Kansas City, and they already lead 1-0, 12 seconds in. As Cade Borchert, we talked about watching him. He gets his 10th of the year. Patrick Curry is going to get an assist, which will be his 24th of the season. Grizzlies win the draw as Adam Berg crosses center ice. He'll dump it in, far wing. Grizzlies skate from right to left. Kansas City from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. As the Mavericks near corner get hit by Mick Messner as the puck goes back over towards Marc-Olivier Duquette, number 24. He's the leading plus-minus guy at plus 18. Diagonal pass to the right doesn't connect. As the puck goes back over towards Utah deep in their own zone as Quinn Wickers gathers it, number 12. He's paired up with Sam Rossini in his professional debut wearing number 40. As Wickers moves to his right, Cutler fires it in. It bounced off the skate of Theo Calvis, number 7, who's been with the Mavericks for a while. Now the Mavericks skate towards the left circle. They get around Fitz. Now they get around the net as they feed it back to the right point as it bounced off of Calvis. The stick, he couldn't keep it in. Calvis at the center ice red line. He'll fire it in as Cranley behind his net will throw it to his left as Grizzlies will lift the puck out to center ice. Puck bounces over Ryan Devine. It glides towards Kelly. Kelly moves it to Calvis. Calvis over to Devine, who tried to outlet it. Fitz back checked in and took the puck away. Kansas City deep in their own end as they're behind Kelly's net. They throw it to the far side. Devine pitches ahead, but it bounced off a skate, goes back to Devine behind Kansas City's net. He moves to their captain, Jake Dremko, slides it to his left. Now the Mavericks cross center ice. Cross ice pass off the boards looking for Cole Koski, doesn't connect. As the Mavericks fired off the Grizzlies' end wall, Utah gathers the puck. As Semick throws it behind his back in his first shift of the game as Kansas City left point keeps it in. They fire it to the far corner. Utah picks it off and shovels it out to center. Puck goes back over to Duquette. He crosses center ice right wing. Now he gains the line, skates towards the right circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Cranley, and he holds on. It looked like a pretty good look there by Koski, but or Duquette. Duquette was the one that skated towards the right side, but Koski was able to make a pad save and hold on to it as he just absorbed it about chest high. 18:03 is left in the first as the draw is going to be taken by Dean Yakura against Kansas City's Casey Carew, who's wearing number 22. Carew, first-year pro. Grizzlies win the draw as Teixeira moves it ahead. Grizzlies cross center ice. They tap it off the boards. Cutler chases after it. On the ice now is Jordan Stallard in his first game with the Grizzlies. He played in 5 games with Kansas City. As a shot from the right wing goes wide. As the puck lifts out to center ice, it's gathered by the Mavericks. Kansas City gains the line as Jacob Hayhurst, number 14, fires it across left point. Mavericks roll it back around towards Hayhurst on the right side. He gets it up top to Bobby Hampton, number 21, over to Hayhurst. He skates to the right side, gets around Yakura, take a lefty shot, saved by Cranley. And the puck bounced off a Grizzly stick and Teixeira back towards Cranley, who covers up. As Keone Teixeira and Justin Nutbar exchange a laugh in front of the crease. 17 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first. Kansas City leads 1-0 as Cade Borchert scored 12 seconds into the contest with Patrick Curry getting an assist. Hooking's a call. There's a penalty on the play. Kansas City's taking the first 4 shots, and it's Dean Yakura in the box. So Kansas City's power play goes to work as Yakura gets 2 minutes for hooking. 22.6 is Kansas City's power play percentage this year. Grizzlies' penalty kill is 72.2%. Grizzlies did not commit a single penalty in Sunday's game against Wichita, which was a 6-3 loss. Jeremy McKenna will take the draw, not to be confused with James McKenna, a local linesman who officiates some Grizzlies games. Puck rolls towards the far point. Grizzlies clearing out the center as Bobby Hampton will start the attack for Kansas City as he moves to his left as the Mavericks cross center ice. McKenna skates down the middle, now veers it off to the right as the puck goes off of Schoenbart. Bradley Schoenbart over to McKenna. Now right point as it's slid by Bobby Hampton, who's quarterbacking this power play. Grizzlies gather it and they clear it out. 30 seconds into the power play as Kansas City skates from left to right. They lead 1-0 as Bobby Hampton gets to neutralize, crosses center of speed. He gains the line and skates towards his left. Hampton on the left point, backhands into the corner. Berg gets tripped up. Kansas City keeps it to the left side. They fire it across. It goes to Quinn Wickers, who lifts it, and it stays in play along the near boards. Grizzlies center it, and it's picked off by Hampton, who gets to 2 knees and fires a left wing pass across center ice. Pass connects. Kansas City to the left point. Gets to the circle as Mavericks will throw it around towards Hayhurst. He gets up top. It's taken as Bobby Hampton. Back to Hayhurst, over to Hampton as they play catch. Hampton over to the left side. One-timer saved by Cranley. As the puck was fired by McKenna, and Berg will move it out to center ice. It's taken back by the Mavericks. Both teams will change up skaters. Hampton gains the line, throws to his right. It's picked off by Nathan Burke, who shuffles it out of the zone as the puck ricochets off of Kansas City's backboard. Dylan Kelly gathers it. He'll feed it to the far side. 30 seconds left in the power play. Both teams made a line change as Kansas City crosses center ice. Now they gain the line as Duquette skates around Utah's net. Now he pitches out in front, and the pass didn't connect as it goes all the way into the Mavericks zone. 15 seconds left in the power play and 15:45 left in the first as Kelly gets it over to Cade Borcher, the goal scorer. He has 10 on the season. He'll move it to the left side. Now diagonal pass to Kolkoski. Couldn't handle it at center ice. Grizzlies will lift it in as Yakura comes out of the box right now. Successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies 4.5 minutes in. Kansas City still leads 1-0. Mavericks gained the line. Borchard's on side. He skates towards the right circle. Take a righty shot and it goes wide. He went stick side on Cranley and almost connected. As Curry back at center ice will slide it towards his right as the Mavericks will move it ahead. It bounced off a stick. Kansas City enters. They get it to Borchard on the right side. Puck lifted and the whistle blows. It was played with a high stick. With 15 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first. So good penalty kill by the Grizzlies. They did a good job of making Kansas City work to enter the offensive zone. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game as to who's going to score first for Utah. I'm not sure I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to pick Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, to score first. Jake Jeremko, the Kansas City captain, is directing traffic as he'll take the draw in the near circle of the Grizzlies zone. And it's going to be Brett Stapley, who's on a current 10-game point scoring streak, taking it for Utah. Jeremko used to play with Florida. The Everblades, the defending back-to-back champions in this league. Jeremko over to the center for Notbar. It bounced off of him and it goes to the near corner. Notbar battles with Messner as both guys hit the ice. Sam Rossendi in the area, the newest Grizzly. He was signed earlier today. As Grizzlies slide it out to center ice as Stallard moves it ahead. Jordan Stallard signed earlier today with the Grizzlies. He's out there with Stapley. As the Mavericks in the near corner move it ahead as the puck pinballs around the slot. And now it goes to the high slot. Stapley keeps it in. He gets to Cutler. Left wing, lefty shot. Glove saved by Kelly. He holds on to steal. Calvis pushes Brett Stapley. Stapley looking over at Calvis going, what did I do? Cutler and another Maverick after the whistle. It looks like Cutler in a bear hug with a Maverick. As everybody looks like they're having a good time. First meeting this year, and it looks like already quite a bit of physical and verbal action away from the whistle. Jake Jeremko looks like he's skating towards the penalty box as Jeremko, I don't know if Jeremko was getting a penalty or if he was just skating towards the box talking with the referee as Kelly made a routine glove save. Shot probably is going to go wide. Looks like roughing's going to be a call. Who's in the box? And it's going to be a Maverick. Theo Calvis in the box. 2 minutes for roughing. So the Grizzlies will get their first power play of the night. Kansas City leads 1-0. Grizzlies are 16.2% on the power play as Theo Calvis pushed Brett Stapley along the boards, then pushed him in the back again. And according to referee Sam Heidemann, that was enough to get it to warrant a power play for the Grizzlies. Kansas City's penalty kill is 76.8% this season. Stapley wins the draw as Mayhew gets to the right side to Cutler. Now back towards Stapley. Over to Cutler. He's in the far corner. Gets it back to Stapley in the right point, who slides it across to Mayhew. Back to Stapley, who guides it towards his left. Now goes back to Stapley, who directs it to Stapley. Stapley over towards Gallant in the nearest circle. He gets back to Stapley in the high slot. Stapley fakes a shot, and he chips to the far corner with Cutler. Cutler skates towards his left and gets it to Stapley. Stapley over in the left circle, skates towards the net. Take a righty shot. Saved by Kelly as Stapley gets a rebound and skates around Kansas City's net towards the far side. Jordan Stallard has it right point. He'll drop it off for Cutler. Grizzlies trying to get it back towards Stallard down the middle. Kansas City picks it off and they clear it out. 1:15 left in Utah's first power plays. Both teams will make a change. Grizzlies skate down the middle. They get to neutralize. Utah crosses center ice in the cream jerseys. Mayhew over to Messner, who skates towards the near goal line. Stops and gets up top to Berg, who slides it across. Grizzlies on the far side as they skate towards their left and get it to Messner. He'll take a lefty shot. And a kick saved by Kelly as the puck ricochets towards the far corner. Kansas City gets knocked down. Oh, it's going to be a penalty as Devine went down. And Devine yelling and probably celebration as he drew a penalty. Devine skated towards the far corner. Berg. Oh, boy. If you're a Grizzlies fan, I don't think you'll like that at all. Looked like Berg really didn't do anything. The stick was kind of incidental. Hooking's going to be the call, and we're going to skate 4-on-4. 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first. Kansas City leads Utah 1-0 as Cade Borchard scored 12 seconds into the contest. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
13 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first period. Adam Berg got 2 minutes for hooking, and based on the view, which was a different view than what the referee spotted, there really didn't look like there was much there, but Devine, who fell down, drew the call. We're going to skate 4-on-4 for a little bit as Jeremy McKenna will take the draw against Brandon Cutler. Draw won by Kansas City. They're in the attack zone, skating from left to right. Now the puck exits the zone. Grizzlies did a good job, and Kyle Mayhew in particular, of shoving Kansas City out of the offensive zone. McKenna crosses center ice left wing, gets to the line, gets around a Grizzly skater. McKenna will backhand it around Utah's net as the puck goes back to McKenna. McKenna, who spent some time in the AHL this year, will bounce it off the Konepke's stick. It goes back to McKenna, who throws it back to the right side as the Mavericks get it over to McKenna, far circle. He skates in. McKenna gets around Cranley, but Cranley covers up as McKenna. Now McKenna tries to hack away at Cranley, and now everybody's going after Jeremy McKenna as McKenna just kind of tried to slide the puck around Cranley. Cranley was able to cover up, and then McKenna just kind of had one little poke at the end. And, just to make sure Cranley had it, and that got everybody, including Cole Gallant, going after Jeremy McKenna. As McKenna just poked Cranley in the back, and then Gallant went right after him. Oh, they're going to give a penalty on Gallant, I believe. Tripping's the call. Let's see, who's it going to be on? I don't know. There's a Maverick arguing the case and Jake Jeremko. So it looks like it's a Grizzlies 4-on-3. As looks like tripping's going to be the call. McKenna tripped up Cole Gallant. Looks like the officials are going to call it a little bit tight here tonight. So McKenna gets 2 minutes for tripping Cole Gallant after the whistle. Berg's in the penalty box for Utah. Oh, he looks lonely there. As there's 12:56 left in the first, we're going to skate 4-on-4 for an abbreviated amount of time. And then we'll have to do some math to figure out what's happening then. We'll skate 4-on-4 for a little bit, and then I will just go along as we figure it out. As Mayhew and Stapley out there, the two University of Denver products. Taking the draw for Kansas City is Jacob Hayhurst, who has 15 goals this season. Draw won by the Grizzlies as we're skating 4-on-3 for 15 seconds. Utah's a power play. Mayhew over to the right side. Now back to Mayhew in the high slot. He gets to the right side. One-timer, saved by Kelly. That shot was taken by Brandon Cutler. Cutler gets it back. He throws it over to Stapley in the left circle. Stapley, righty shot. And it goes wide, and it redirects out of play as Nathan Burke was net front trying to redirect it. And good look by the Grizzlies. Cutler had one good look there on a one-timer, got a lot on it, and Kelly had to bounce off of him, and then Kelly was able to get a stick in the way and throw it towards the end boards. And then another good look from the left side that redirected out of play. 2 seconds left in the 4-on-3. 12:38 left in the first. Kansas City still leads 1-0 as Cade Borchard scored 12 seconds into the contest. Stapley will take the draw against Hayhurst, who previously played with the Worcester Railers, native of Ontario. And draw won by Kansas City. They clear it out. Out of the penalty box is Calvis as Cranley throws to the near corner. As Kansas City on the near side slides to the high slot, bounces off a Konepke's stick. Grizzlies poke it back to the center ice logo. It's taken by Kansas City as the Mavericks have an anniversary year, as looks like they are 10 years old. As the Mavericks cross center ice and they gain the line, Cole Koski skates towards the right circle. Koski used to play with Worcester. He's a pretty strong player. As Koski loses it, goes out to center ice. We get a whistle. Are we going to get another penalty? I'm not sure. Boy, Grizzlies on Sunday only had one combined penalty. Today we've had quite a bit as Sam Heidemann is calling it very tight. Hooking's the call. It looks like it's going to be on Utah. Yeah, going to the box is Nathan Burke. And Jaremko is in the area. Koski lost his balance. And yeah, I guess if you want to call it a hook, you can there based on where Burke's stick ended up as he kind of moved the arms of Koski towards Koski's right. And if you're a player on either side, you've got to adjust to knowing that Sam Heidemann's calling it tight tonight. 4-on-3 power play for Kansas City for 36 seconds. 12:05 left in the first period as both teams have 2 players in the penalty box. Draw one by Kansas City. As Koski skates towards his right near the blue line, he'll drop it off to the left side. Now back to Koski on the right. Koski skates towards his left and moves it towards the left circle. Now back to Koski just outside the left circle. Take a righty shot. And a blocker saved by Cranley. Shot might have gone wide. Can't really track the puck all that well. As Koski gets to the right side. Now back to Koski. He's down the middle as Koski will skate towards the blue line. Now he gets it to Curry. Patrick Curry, an all-star. Over to Koski, who's near the blue line. Koski veers off to his right. Now gets to Curry over to the far side. Now back to Curry. One-timer saved by Cranley. Rebound Kansas City hacking away. And Cranley's now covered up. And now some pushing after the whistle. Quinn Wickers getting after it with David Cotton. Cotton number 13, who's got 4 goals and 15 assists this season. Wickers and Cotton look at each other. They stare each other down as the 2 linesmen separates them. The linesmen tonight are Daniel Huntington and Jake Paw. First time we've seen those 2 linesmen. As Kansas City's Curry had a pretty good look. It bounced off of Cranley. Then Cranley was able to get the puck back and cover up. As it bounced off of Cranley's chest and then Gallant got the puck back towards Cranley. And then Cotton and Wickers exchanged some pushes. Wickers had the first push on Cotton, and then Cotton responded. Didn't look like there was a penalty there either way, as we're continuing to skate 4-on-4 for 32 seconds. Draw one by the Grizzlies. As they're back behind their net, skating from right to left. Kyle Mayhew over to Stapley. Back towards Semick, wearing number 17. He'll slide it to his left. Passes wide of the mark, looking for Mick Messner. And icing's on the Grizzlies with 11:15 left in the first. So icing on Utah as Kansas City wearing a Seattle Kraken logo. They are affiliated with the Seattle Kraken and the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Dylan Kelly's had a solid year for them. He's 12-2 on the season as they show him. Taking the draw is Nolan Walker, who's got 16 goals and 19 assists, a +16 rating for Kansas City. So watch out for him. He's taking the draw against Brett Stapley. He's played a ton of minutes here so far. As Walker is kicked out of the faceoff circle, and he has absolutely no clue why. Schoenbart will take the draw. Bradley Schoenbart, wearing number 10, takes it, and Stapley wins it cleanly. Mayhew behind his net, and he'll skate down the middle as Mayhew with good speed gets to neutralize. He crosses center. He'll fire it off the far wing boards. Kelly comes out of his net to throw it towards the far side. Now the puck goes back towards the slot as Kansas City moves it ahead. Mavericks skate towards center ice. They cross the red line. Now they cross the blue. They drop it off. Now the Mavericks right wing skate in. They get around Cranley, but the puck goes around the net. Now the Mavericks are on a power play for 42 seconds as we're skating 5-on-4. As Kansas City back in the left side, they lead 1-0. They get to the far goal line. Mavericks get it back up top as Kansas City gets it up top to Bobby Hampton, who feeds it towards his left. One-timer, and it's blocked away. Puck bounces at center ice. Kansas City regathers. Grizzlies change up a couple skaters. They slide it to the right side as Kansas City enters the zone. As Duquette drops it off for Hampton on the right point. Hampton skates towards the circle. Now he lays it as taking his Hayhurst, who skates towards the high slot. Now he feeds to his left. Mavericks switch places with Hayhurst. As taking the puck is McKenna. He'll get it to the left side. Now back towards the middle. Hayhurst one-timer, and he didn't get much on it. Grizzlies gather it and clear it out. Halfway through the first period, we're now skating 5-on-5 as Kansas City leads 1-0. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 8-3 as Cade Borchard scored 12 seconds into the game. As Kansas City spreads the ice, they're in first place in the Mountain Division with 26 victories already. Kansas City crosses center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. They chip it off the near wing boards. McKenna chases after it. And the linesman says that Kansas City didn't gain center ice before dumping it in, so they get called for icing with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first. As both teams will skate towards Dylan Kelly, who's a big goalie, 6'5" and 216 pounds. He's going up against Will Cranley, who so far has stopped 7 of 8. Jordan Stallard on the ice. He's more familiar to Mavericks fans. He played in 5 games with Kansas City, and earlier today was claimed off waivers. He's on the ice for the Grizzlies in the left wing. Utah wins the draw as Adam Berg skates in the near corner, skates around the net, gets towards Stallard, back towards Berg. Kansas City comes out with a puck. Mavericks along the near side. Stallard chasing after him as it goes towards Carew. As Casey Carew fires it into the left corner. As Grizzlies near side, Stallard moves it ahead. As Utah crosses center ice, taking its cutlery, gains the line, slides it towards the high slot. Stallard with a lefty shot that's blocked away. Puck goes over towards Kansas City. As crossing center ice is Carew. Skates towards the near corner after crossing the line. Carew and Messner collide. Both guys go down. Grizzlies have the puck. Utah moves out to center ice. They cross center. 2-on-2. Grizzlies enter as Berg gets hit as he was skating towards the far corner. Kansas City gets it, and they'll move it out as Mavericks gets a new try. So bounced off a Grizzlies skate. Kansas City gathers it. They skate into the zone. They skate down the middle. Good poke check by Messner. As Grizzlies pitchfork it airborne, it goes into the Mavericks zone. Kansas City gathers it. As the Mavericks with 8:43 and counting left in the first, they lead 1-0. Stallard takes it away as Stapley skates towards the middle. He'll fire a backhand shot that's blocked away by Kelly. The Grizzlies get it to the far circle. Kansas City took it away. Mavericks bouncing off of Gallant. Gallant gathers a puck. He skates towards his blue line. Gallant gets it poked away. It goes to Mayhew, who backhands it to Teixeira. Teixeira, 6-year pro, moves to center ice. Grizzlies will toss it in as it ricochets off the near boards. Nathan Burke chases after it. Burke collides with Nate Konepke. As the Mavericks gather the puck, McKenna crosses center ice right wing. Now he veers the pass towards his left as the puck got air under it near the Grizzlies bench. Hampton gets hit, and we get a whistle. That might be a penalty. As looked like Hampton got hit at center ice. Whistle blew, and the arm was raised by the referee. 8 minutes and 4 seconds are left in the first period. Kansas City leads Utah 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
It's 1-0 Kansas City. About 8 minutes are left in the first period. We didn't go over the scratches before. Forwards Dakota Raby, J.C. Campagna, and Cody Caron are all scratches, as are defensemen Cade Jensen and Michael Underwood, and goaltender Garrett Metcalf. If you joined us late, Grizzlies lost defenseman Brian Yoon to the AHL's Hartford Wolfpack. Yoon was a +9 in his last 9 games. On Wednesday, Josh Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, went to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Earlier today, the Grizzlies claimed forward Jordan Stallard off of waivers. Some people call him Jordy Stallard. He played in 5 games with Kansas City earlier this year and was just recently waived. Grizzlies also signed defenseman Sam Rossini, who played with the University of Minnesota for 5 years. Kansas City's on a power play. They never did show us a signal of what the penalty was for the Grizzlies, as Mavericks on the man advantage. 8 minutes left in the first. Left wing, lefty shot, saved by Cranley. As taking the shot was David Cotton, who's got 4 goals this year. Cotton 5 seconds into the power play fired a shot that Cranley made the save on, and Cotton shakes his head back and forth as he thinks he just missed his 5th of the year. Messner will take the draw for the Grizzlies. Looks like Messner's sporting a mustache. This is Kansas City's first home game of the 2024 calendar year. Grizzlies will be home next week against Rapid City. Mavericks lead 1-0, left point. As they get to the corner, Kansas City spreads the ice. They've been pretty good on the power play this year. As Duquette throws to his left. Now it goes back to Patrick Curry, who feeds it to the far corner. Now back to Duquette, who slides towards his right. Duquette in the high slot, stops and gets to the left circle. Now it's back to Duquette, who fakes a shot, gets to Koski on the right side. Cole Koski's had a good year. He'll tap it off the end boards. Puck goes to the far corner. Mayhew backs it out, and the puck stays in as he tried to backhand it out of the zone. Kansas City skates towards the right. Curry gets to the left side as the Mavericks get to Duquette. Duquette had to gather it on his backhand. Over to Curry on the right side. Curry back to Duquette in the high slide. Fires a lefty shot. Saved by Cranley as he holds on, not allowing a rebound, as Kansas City had a couple guys nearby trying to redirect it. As there's 1:10 left in the power play, as both teams will make a line change with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first. It's the Mavericks 1 and the Grizzlies 0. Kansas City has outshot Utah 10-3. Schoenbart on the ice for Kansas City. Aaron Aragon and Tyler Penner are the Grizzlies forwards out there on the penalty kill. Draw one by the Mavericks. Right side, they get it to the left side. Kansas City takes a righty shot, and they score. And it's now 2-0 Kansas City. I think that was McKenna who scored. Jeremy McKenna high-fives everybody, and he's the one that skates to the bench as McKenna got his 4th of the year as he was all alone on the left side. As Hampton fired it towards McKenna. McKenna left side with Schoenbart nearby, and it didn't look like it got redirected by Schoenbart as McKenna just fired it over Will Cranley's left shoulder. It's a power play goal for the Mavericks. 7:07 left in the first period. They lead 2-0. As Jeremy McKenna, who was one of Kansas City's best scorers last season, he spent a lot of time in the AHL this year, but he's back in Kansas City scoring goals. There's a puck deep in the Mavericks zone after the face-off as Kansas City leads 2-0. Diagonal pass to the left, doesn't connect as Grizzlies chase after it. No icing as it got redirected. Sam Rossini gets blasted along the end boards. Grizzlies will get to neutralize. Utah's got the puck as Wickers feeds to his right, but the Grizzlies are offside as Utah demanded there as Grizzlies were dragging it in. 6:45 left in the first. First of a 2-game weekend set. This is game 8 of 9 straight on the road. And don't forget, tomorrow's going to be a different start time. Tomorrow will start at 5:05 in the Mountain Time Zone, so just after 5 o'clock. Grizzlies will be home next week, and obviously we'll talk about that Rapid City series later on in the broadcast. As Kansas City wins the draw, they skate from left to right, and I'm really looking forward to seeing live hockey at Mavericks Center again. Mavericks cross center ice as Calvis carries into the right circle. Calvis centering pass rolls on to Cranley. And it looks like Cranley trying to cover up, but Kansas City still has it far corner. They backhand it in as Mavericks behind Cranley's net skate towards the far circle. It's Kansas City skating 5-on-5, skates towards the right side, drops off for Calvis on the right side. Calvis with a righty shot. Glove saved by Cranley. Shot would have gone wide, but Cranley slid towards his left to make a glove save. 6:15 left in the first as the Mavericks have now taken 12 shots to the Grizzlies 3 so far. On the Kansas City goal, it was scored by Jeremy McKenna on the power play. 12:53 in. Bobby Hampton and Nolan Walker got the assists. For Walker, it's his 20th assist of this season. And for Bobby Hampton, who looked like he was quarterbacking the power play, it's his 4th of the year. He also has 6 goals. Walker kicked out of the face-off circle. He looks disgusted as Jacob Hayhurst will take the draw. Hayhurst talks with his teammates. Messner crouches down for Utah. Draw one by Kansas City. They get to Duquette in the right point. And he'll slide it around the boards as Grizzlies gather it. Teixeira moves it ahead. Grizzlies will fire it off the far wing boards. Now Kansas City on the back check gets it back. Mavericks get to Duquette, who gets to neutralize. Duquette crosses the center red line, and he'll fire it in. Although the red line looks like it's got more of an orange tilt than it is red. Orange, the main color of the Mavericks. Mavericks in the near corner. Hayhurst stops. He'll skate back towards the far point. Now direct the diagonal pass to the left. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Cranley as the shot was taken by Marc-Olivier Duquette, who's got 4 goals this season. But Cranley holds on, 5:45 left in the first period. It's Kansas City 2, Utah nothing. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
It's the Mavericks 2 and the Grizzlies nothing. This is the first of a 2-game set. Utah's actually played pretty good hockey as of late, as they are 6-4 in their last 10 games. But for Kansas City, they've won 9 in a row, most of them coming on the road. The Mavericks, believe it or not, are 16-2 on the road this season. Penner will take the draw, and he wins it. It's his 180th consecutive regular season game for the Grizzlies, 204 counting the playoffs. Grizzlies moving out to the right side. Puck got air under it. Grizzlies gained the line. They skate around Dylan Kelly's net. As Fitz behind the net, gets pushed by Nate Konepke. As Grizzlies along the near corner, Penner will backhand it towards the near circle. As Fitz reaches out, but Kansas City will lift it out to center. It goes to Aragon, who couldn't handle it. Grizzlies at center ice will fire it in from the left wing. Kelly lets it go to the far corner. Grizzlies, far circle, righty shot saved by Kelly. Rebound attempt goes wide. As Grizzlies, Tyler Penner gets knocked down. As the Mavericks will skate from left to right. They exit the zone as the Mavericks will carry it out to center ice. Now they fire it towards the left wing. Kansas City centers it. Pass goes wide. Mavericks back along the near wing as they overskated. Does number 17, Patrick Curry. As McKenna gets up top, Grizzlies take it away. Aragon, horizontal pass to center ice. Grizzlies move it ahead. Mayhew chases after. He gathers it in the near corner. Mayhew feeds it towards the middle. It goes to Stapley, who skates back towards Mayhew. Now Stapley over to Mayhew, gets to the high slot. One-timer, saved by Kelly. Kelly will brush it over towards the near side. Kansas City crosses center. Borchard moves it ahead as the Mavericks try to fire it towards Cranley. It bounced off a Grizzly at neutral ice. Now the Grizzlies gain the line. They skate towards the near corner as Stapley stops. He's on a 10-game point scoring streak. He skates towards the left point. Stapley throws it behind his back towards Semick. Semick left point. Shot is blocked away about 10 feet in front of Kelly. As the puck goes to the right side, Grizzlies keep it in as Utah will direct it towards the left side. Gallant has it picked off as they're looking for Gallant. Now the Mavericks, Kolkoski will slide it to his left. Mavericks cross center down the middle, and they fire it in as Wickers overskates the puck, and it's taken back by Sam Rossini. His debut, actually, it's Jordan Stone. Stone out there gets to Wickers, who will toss it off the near boards. The puck roulettes towards center ice. As Berg moves it ahead to Stapley, back to Berg across the center ice. Make that Burke over to Cutler, left wing. Lefty shot is blocked away by the stick of Theo Calvis. 3.5 minutes left in the first. As there's a 2-on-2 scrum in the near corner deep in the Maverick zone as Dylan Kelly looks over his right shoulder. Puck goes back to the point. Grizzlies won the battle. As Teixeira, right wing. Lefty shot is blocked away by Kelly. Kansas City, diagonal pass to the right connects. It's Hayhurst chases after. He gets on the right side, tries to skate in, and is poked away. Good job by Quinn Wickers. As Rossini holds his ground. Cutler lifts it out to center ice. Grizzlies cross center. Messner gets back checked, and Hayhurst took it away. Now Berg took it away from Hayhurst. He skates around Kansas City's net. Berg now to the near side, skates towards his right. Lays it for Mayhew in the left circle. Mayhew skates towards the near goal line, chips it out in front. Pass didn't connect, looking for Berg. As Rossini over to Berg. Berg gets blasted. Puck goes back towards Rossini. As Rossini, right point. Puck kicks out to center ice, taken back by Utah at their blue line. Diagonal pass to the left connects. As Grizzlies get to Berg down the middle. Berg has it poked away. Kansas City gathers it. Mavericks active with their sticks. Cade Borchard, right wing, crosses center ice. He'll move it ahead. It's the Mavericks. Patrick Curry will toss it diagonally towards the far corner. Mavericks, sharp angled shot, saved by Cranley. Rebound goes to the far side. Utah gets it. 2:22 and counting left in the first. 2-0 Mavericks. Grizzlies 5 shots. Kansas City 13. As Grizzlies throw it in. Mavericks chase after it and get it deep in their own end, skating from left to right. Grizzlies retreat defensively as Kansas City gets to neutral ice. and they lose it before crossing center. Grizzlies skate towards the far corner as Utah drops off to the right point. Lefty shot, saved by Kelly. And he holds on with an even 2 minutes left in the first. So shot was taken by, I'm not sure who. I think it was either Semic or Teixeira from the right point. Could even be Wickers. It's hard to really say as the camera moved away from the shooter pretty quickly. As Utah is up to 6 shots. Kansas City on average this season is out shooting their opponents by about 6 per game. And right now they've got a 7-shot edge here, 13-6 here late in the first period. Kansas City wins the draw as they're back deep in their own zone. As Bobby Hampton, who looks like he's a pretty good quarterback on power plays. Hampton might be acting as a defenseman tonight as Kansas City just has 5. As the Mavericks gain the line, centers it out in front. Righty shot is blocked away as might have gotten a piece of Rossini, who was in his pro debut. Left wing, Mavericks in the attack zone as they wheel it along the boards near side as Calvis gets pushed. As now it's taken by Borchard. Borchard backhands it in. It bounced off a Grizzly skate. Now McKenna backhand shot. Saved by Cranley. McKenna hacking away, but Cranley holds on as the whistle blows. 1 minute and 23 seconds are left in the first. As Will Cranley holds on. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. And boy, if you're a neutral observer, if you're an observer that just watches Grizzlies games, don't necessarily watch the other teams in the league, it looks like Kansas City is a much better team. It looks like they are very much deserving of their record so far. As the Mavericks in their 35th game this season will take the draw far side. I think it's Stapley taking it for Utah. Draw won by the Mavericks as they're on the left side. Hayhurst will feed it across to Calvis near the blue line. Calvis kept it in, and he'll saucer it over to the right side as the Mavericks get to Calvis, who skates along the near goal line. Siren pass out in front, bounced off a stick, and it goes to Utah. Grizz did a good job intercepting the centering pass. Utah moves it ahead to Burke, who slides it towards his right. Grizzlies enter the zone. Stapley, right wing, righty shot. That's blocked away before it got to Kelly. Less than a minute left in the first. As the Mavericks move it ahead, they cross center ice. Kansas City gains the line. As the Mavericks dropping off for Calvis, right wing, righty shot. Goes over Cranley's head and bounces out of play as the whistle blows with 46 seconds left in the first. As Calvis tried to go high on Will Cranley. Calvis is a plus 13 this year. He's a familiar name as he's been with the Mavericks for 3 or 4 years now. Calvis, 25 years old, out of Southfield, Michigan. As the draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone, Jake Jeremko, who's known as a winner in this league, he'll take the draw. Jeremko is in his second season with Kansas City. Before that, played with Florida. As Messner will take the draw for Utah. Messner's tied for second in the club with 10 goals. Kansas City wins the draw as Schoenberg rolls it around. As Jeremko gets pushed, Jeremko wearing the C for Kansas City. Now goes back to Schoenberg as he gets blasted by Mick Messner. Both guys wear number 10. As a puck over in the near corner, as Utah holds up Kansas City. Less than half a minute left in the first. Big battle as Cranley looks over his left shoulder. As everybody holding their ground for Utah. Puck still in the corner. Schoenberg gets double teamed. He'll throw it back to the corner. Kansas City wins as it goes up top. As the Mavericks to the right side, Schoenberg fires towards the left circle. One-time tap goes wide. Grizzlies gather at less than 10 seconds left as Utah will drag it out into the offensive zone. Cutler stops in the right wing, fires to the left corner. Messner chases after it. Kansas City pokes it away from him. And that will do it for 20 minutes over at Cable Dahmer Arena as the Mavericks scored 12 seconds into the contest as Cade Borchard got his 10th of the year. And later on, a power play about 7.5 minutes in, Jeremy McKenna scored his 4th of the year. Kansas City had a big shot edge in the first period. We'll come back and recap the first 20 minutes as once again the score after one period. It's the Kansas City Mavericks 2 and the Utah Grizzlies nothing. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to Grizzlies hockey as Utah is in Independence, Missouri, which is a suburb of Kansas City. It's not that far from downtown Kansas City. And the temperature is in the single digits today, so it's frigid outside Cable Dahmer Arena. Looks like the action's heating up inside as the Mavericks lead the Grizzlies 2-0 in the first of 9 meetings this year between the clubs. Kansas City, it didn't take them very long. Grizzlies won the initial faceoff to start the game, and then Utah got their pocket picked. Patrick Curry got the puck, skated down the middle, took a shot that bounced off of Cranley. Cranley sticked it away, and then Cade Borcher just skated down the middle. Puck was just laying about 5 feet in front of the crease. Borcher took the puck and fired it in as he got his 10th goal of the season, with Patrick Curry getting his 24th assist. And just like that, 12 seconds into the game, it was 1-0 Kansas City. There were quite a few power plays in the first period. Utah was 0 for 2 on the power play. Kansas City was 1 for 3. As it looked like early on, referee Sam Heidemann was calling it tight. Kansas City eventually got on a power play, and Jeremy McKenna scored from the far side, his 4th of the year, with Bobby Hampton and Nolan Walker getting the assist. The time of that goal was 12:53 into the first period. And we saw quite a bit of power play and special teams time there in the first 12 minutes of the first period. Mavericks ended up with a 14-6 shot edge in the first period. And let's see who was aggressive for Kansas City. Jeremy McKenna led the way with 4 shots. Patrick Curry, Marc-Olivier Duquette, and Cade Borchard each had 2 shots, and then 1 shot each for Calvis, Cotton, Hayhurst, and Cole Koski. For the Grizzlies, and their 6 shots, there was 1 shot each by Stapley, Messner, Wickers, Aragon, Semick, and Brandon Cutler. There was not a single Grizzly that had more than 1 shot in the first period. Tonight is the pro debut for Sam Rossini, who played at the University of Minnesota for 5 seasons. He played a little bit more than 50 games. He was actually the first 5-time letter winner in Gopher hockey history. He played in 52 games with Minnesota. And he had 3 goals and 11 assists. He was also a 4-time academic All-Big Ten. He was only eligible to be academic All-Big Ten in 4 years, and he was all academic all 4 seasons. He's wearing number 40 for the Grizzlies, and he's been paired up sometimes with Jacob Semick, other times with Quinn Wickers. It looked like Rossini played pretty well in the first period. He is listed somewhere between 6'2" and 6'4". Hockey DB lists him at 6'2", and then Elite Prospects has him at 6'4". So I guess we'll just have to measure him when he comes back to Maverick Center next week when the Grizzlies face Rapid City. So Rossini is making his pro debut tonight, the University of Minnesota product. Also making his Grizzlies debut is Jordan Stallard. Some people call him Jordy Stallard. He was claimed off of waivers earlier today. He used to play with Kansas City. The Mavericks waived him a few days ago, and the Grizzlies picked him up. He was actually waived yesterday by Kansas City, and obviously must have still been in the area as the Grizzlies signed him, and he's in the lineup tonight wearing number 54. Stallard did not register a shot in the first period, although it looked like he was out there with Cutler at times. Other times he was with Dean Yakura. Looks like he's kind of shuffling in a little bit on the 4th forward line. Stallard is a former draft pick. He was selected in the 5th round by the Winnipeg Jets back in 2016. So first period was pretty simple. Kansas City scored 12 seconds in, and then they scored on the power play with Jeremy McKenna, 12:53 into the first. We'll see if the Grizzlies have a strong second period in store. Kansas City goaltender Dylan Kelly stopped all 6 shots he saw in the first period. Utah's Will Cranley saved 12 of 14. When we come back, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports, including some ECHL scores, and we'll see what kind of NBA and NHL action we've got here on a Friday night as Kansas City leads Utah 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. Kansas City leads Utah 2-0 after 1 period. 4 games in the NHL tonight. All of them are in progress. Late third period, Carolina leads Detroit 3-2. That game was 7 minutes left in the third. 13 minutes left in the third period. Minnesota leads Florida 5-2. 6 minutes left in the third. The Devils lead Columbus 4-1. And after 1 period, the New York Islanders have a 1-0 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. In top 25 women's college basketball, 20th ranked Utah leads USC 12-7. That game with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. USC is ranked 6th in the nation with a 13-1 record. 7 games in the NBA, late fourth quarter. 76ers lead the Magic 111-96. 1 game has gone final as Charlotte defeats San Antonio 124-120. After 3 quarters, Boston leads Denver 82-81. At the half, Phoenix leads New Orleans 69-52. Also at halftime, the Hawks and Quinn Snyder's crew, they lead Miami 57-56. At 8 o'clock, Indiana is at Portland, and at 8:30, the Nets are at the LA Lakers. A busy action in the league. The Grizzlies call home. It looks like many games are still going on right now. In fact, it doesn't look like there's many finals in the league. One that's close to going final, Kalamazoo and Indy are tied at 2. That game with less than 20 seconds left in regulation. So it looks like that game may go to overtime. Kalamazoo and Indy are tied at 2. 7 minutes left in the third period. Trois-Rivières leads Adirondack 4-3. Adirondack in first place in the North Division. Let's see what some of the former Grizzlies players are doing for Trois-Rivières. Corey Thomas has 1 assist and a +1 rating. And looks like, Jared Power got released from them earlier this week. Bryson Martin is scoreless and a -1 for Trois-Rivières. Doesn't look like Matthew Boucher is in the Lions lineup. Either he got hurt or maybe he got called back up to the AHL. Either way, Trois-Rivières leads Adirondack 4-3. That game 2/3 of the way through the third period. 3 minutes left in the third. Norfolk leads Newfoundland 3-2 as the Admirals and Jeff Carr's crew have a 1-goal lead late. 5 minutes left in the third period. Greenville leads South Carolina 3-1. Halfway through the third, Reading leads Maine 4-2. Early third period, Jacksonville leads Atlanta 2-1. Second intermission, Cincinnati leads Toledo 5-0. It looks like Toledo's in a bit of a rough stretch. Early third period, Wheeling leads Iowa 3-1. Halfway through the second period, Fort Wayne leads Worcester 1-0. Late second period, Tulsa and Wichita are scoreless. Tulsa is 17-16-3 on the year. Wichita is 12, 19, and 5. Wichita ended the season with a 2-2 record against the Grizzlies after winning 6-3 this past Sunday. And one other game in progress over at the Monument, Idaho and Rapid City are tied at 1. Speaking of Rapid City, that's the Grizzlies' opponent for next week. And it's going to be an exciting series at Mavericks Center. It's the only 3 home games in the month of January. And I'm really looking forward to this upcoming Wednesday. It's going to be a Smith's family night where you get 4 tickets for $40, and each additional ticket is just $10. So you can't beat that deal. You can't even get a good meal for $10 anymore. You can come see a Grizzlies game for that price. That's going to be on Wednesday, January 24th, as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. The series continues on Friday with an AFCU Friday that's going to be on January 26th, which is 7 days from now. And with every AFCU Friday, tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Mavericks Center box office. Saturday, the 27th, is going to be the annual Guns N' Hoses extravaganza with 3 charity games starting at 12:30, leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. Don't forget, if you get a Grizzlies ticket for that Saturday game, it's good to get you in for each of the charity games. So you can't beat that. That's going to be an action-packed night with a big crowd at Mavericks Center, and we're going to have a ton of fun. Grizzlies take on Rapid City for the first time this season. It's going to be a big 3-game series. Make sure to get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com and be part of Grizzmania, as looks like we're going to have a lot of fun next week. The first 3 home games of the 2024 calendar year. For Utah, they've been on the road for quite some time. This is the 8th game of 9 straight on the road. Utah is 3-4 currently on the trip, and we'll see if they got a good second period in store as Kansas City leads 1-0 as Cade Borchard scored 12 seconds in, and then Kansas City later in the first period scored on the power play. Jeremy McKenna, 12:53 into the first period. So Kansas City's big guns came through for them in the first period. We'll see if Utah's big guns come through here in the second period. And we're obviously keeping an eye on Brett Stapley, who has a current 10-game point scoring streak. We'll come back and have second period action over at Cable Dahmer Arena as I'm hanging out in the Grizz Cave. Over in the arena, there's G League basketball as the SLC Stars are in action. We'll come back and have second period action as Kansas City leads Utah 2-0. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. Second period action will begin shortly over at Cable Dahmer Arena. If you're late to the party, Grizzlies had some roster movement over the last couple days. Just yesterday, maybe even today, this morning, defenseman Brian Yoon was loaned to the AHL's Hartford Wolfpack. Yoon leads the Grizzlies with a plus 11 rating. He has a plus 9 in his last 9 games. So Brian Yoon goes to Hartford, and we certainly wish him luck, as Yoon is certainly deserving of an AHL call-up. On Wednesday, the Grizzlies lost defenseman Josh Wesley to the AHL. Wesley has 8 goals for the Grizzlies this season, which are tied for the most among all league defensemen. And because of that, the Grizzlies earlier today signed defenseman Sam Rossini, who's making his pro debut. And they also claimed forward Jordan Stallard off of waivers from Kansas City. Looks like the penalty minutes, Grizzlies had 8. Kansas City had 4 in the first frame. Kansas City outshot Utah 14-6. Grizz were 0 for 2 on the power play. Kansas City was 1 for 3. A few of those were abbreviated power plays. As 2 goals in the first period, Cade Borchard scored 12 seconds in for his 10th of the year as he joined the double-digit goal-scoring club. And Jeremy McKenna, it's only his 4th game with Kansas City this year, and he already has 4 goals. For the Grizzlies, they have 3 players in the double-digit goal-scoring column. Brandon Cutler has 13 goals to lead the Grizzlies this year. Nathan Burke and Mick Messner each have 10. And it's interesting when you mentioned Cutler and Messner. Those are now 2 of only 4 players who've appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this year. For Utah, it's game 36 of 72, as after tonight, the Grizzlies will be at exactly the halfway point in the regular season. Cutler, Messner, Cole Gallant, and Tyler Penner are the only 4 players who have appeared in all 36 games. Well, let's see when second period action will begin here, as not really sure not being there. And we ask for a little bit of patience and forgiveness, as unfortunately some of the details that we like to describe are going missing. You know, one particular penalty, didn't get to see who was in the box or what the penalty was, things like that. So we're just trying to do the best we can with what we are given. Luckily, knock on wood, Kansas City's got a pretty good video feed, and they got camera operators who seem to be skilled enough to show us the action, as we're not quite sure. I think the second period will begin here shortly, as Will Cranley's in net for Utah. He stopped 12 of 14 in the first period. For Kansas City, Dylan Kelly, who's been a big winner this year with a 12-2 record on the season, he has stopped all 6 shots that he has seen. Well, I think for the Grizzlies, it's possible that it's going to be big to get some scoring chances here in the second period. See if they can ramp it up offensively. See if they can get one past Dylan Kelly here in the second. Looks like a pretty good Friday night crowd. It's freezing outside in Independence, Missouri. The temperature was in the single digits, and apparently it's going to be pretty frigid, maybe even a little bit colder tomorrow. Oddly enough, once the Grizzlies leave on Sunday, the temperature is going to brighten up next week in Independence, Missouri, as temperatures are supposed to be in the 30s and 40s. As looks like we're about set for second period action, as Brett Stapley will take the draw against Patrick Curry. Same 5 that started the game for the Grizzlies, we believe, are out there. That's Stapley, Burke, and Gallant, along with Mayhew and Teixeira. As Patrick Curry is out there with Jeremy McKenna and Cade Borchard, and the defensive pairing of Nate Konepke and Marc-Olivier Duquette. Puck is dropped at center ice, and it goes to Burke, who literally kicks it back to a defenseman. Kansas City gains the line, but we get a whistle, and we get a hooking penalty 7 seconds into the frame. As McKenna was skating down Broadway, he entered the offensive zone, and Cole Gallant hooked him. And so we've seen some crazy stuff here in the first 12 seconds of the periods. 12 seconds into the first period, we saw a goal, and 7 seconds into the second period, Cole Gallant gets a hooking minor. And yeah, based on that spot we saw where the referee was, it does appear to be a good call, as McKenna did get spun around. Kansas City here in the second period skates from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Utah skates from left to right. Draw one by the Mavericks. They get it up top as Kansas City leads 2-0. As the Mavericks already have a power play goal to get to the far goal line. As the Mavericks get it back towards Jacob Hayhurst. He's on the right side. He kicks it up top. As the Mavericks, Hampton slides it towards McKenna. McKenna veers to his right. Now he gets to Hayhurst, right side. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. As it ricochets off the glass, it hits a stanchion. Grizzlies will tap it out of the zone off the near wing boards. Adam Bird chasing after it. Kelly will feed it off the near wing. Mavericks have not allowed a shorthanded goal this year. The Grizzlies have 5 shorthanded tallies of their own. Kansas City gains the line, but it looked like a Maverick, and in particular, Nolan Walker was a little bit impatient. He entered the zone before the puck. As the whistle blows, with 1:24 left in the power play and 19:17 left in the second. As Walker tried to hold the line, and he just couldn't do it before the puck. Draw's going to come back to neutralize. Walker will take it against Tyler Penner. Draw won by Kansas City as the Mavericks will move it towards their left off the near wing boards as McKenna gathers it, and he'll whip it around the wall. Puck goes to the right side. Mavericks keep it in. They get it to Hampton, who slides to McKenna. As McKenna just outside the left circle will fire it towards the near goal line. Now back to McKenna. McKenna with a righty shot. Saved by Cranley as he absorbs the body stop around the capital G in front of his cream-colored jersey. As McKenna had a pretty good look from the left side as Wickers was nearby trying to block it. But McKenna looked like Cranley did a pretty good job of moving towards his right to absorb the puck. As McKenna looked up to the heavens after that shot and knew he missed a chance there. Halfway through Kansas City's power play as the Mavericks get it up top as Duquette over in the high slot, directs it to Curry on the left side. Curry gets to the near goal line. They center it. Shot saved by Cranley. Everybody hacking away in the slot. It goes back to Duquette on the right side. Duquette at the point will fire it off the far wing boards as Duquette loses his balance. As Cole Koski, right side, gets the far goal line. Now goes back to Koski after he threw it towards the end boards. Koski, right side, slides it to Curry in the slot. Curry with a lefty shot, saved by Cranley. Rebound goes to Penner, who clears it out. As good job by Tyler Penner collecting the rebound off the rocket from Curry. Both teams make a line change. 23 seconds left in the power play. Grizzlies get 4 men out there. They haven't played since Sunday, so they're well rested. 4 days off. Mavericks will bounce it off a skate, and it goes off of Duquette and goes back into the Mavericks zone. 10 seconds left in the power play as Cole Gallant stands up in the box, and he's ready to exit. 5 seconds left in the power play. Kansas City's still on their own end. And now they're backing out as Gallant's out of the box. It's a successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies as the Mavericks feed it to the near side. Curry gets around a skater and enters the zone. Curry in the near side will skeet towards the middle as Curry gets triple teamed. Mavericks will brush it to the near side. It goes to Cole Gallant, who crosses center ice with speed. Gallant gains the line. Right side, righty shot is saved by Kelly. He holds on as looks like the shot would have hit the side of the net anyway, but Kelly gathers it as 2.5 minutes into the second period. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. As looked like Kelly was able to get a stick in the way before it hit the side of the net. I don't even think they counted it as a shot. It looks like the Grizzlies are still stuck on 6 shots. They haven't taken one here in the first 2.5 minutes of the second period. Kansas City has 17 shots, with 3 of them coming here on the power play in the first period, but we're skating 5-on-5. Mavericks lead 2-0. Kansas City wins the draw. They skate from right to left as the Mavericks get challenged by Utah. Adam Berg out there as the Mavericks will saucer it out to center ice. It goes past Mayhew, and it's going to be icing on the Mavericks as the Grizzlies did a good job of pressuring Kansas City in their own zone. As Jake Jeremko looks back towards Dylan Kelly. Jeremko, the former Florida Everblade. I think he was part of their championship team 2 years ago, if I remember right. As Kelly crouches down, he's had an outstanding year, probably the best he's had as a pro, at least statistically. As Jeremko takes the draw against Brett Stapley. Stapley, second-year pro, former draft pick of the Montreal Canadiens. As a draw won by Stapley, he gets to 2 knees and gets it to Teixeira as it goes back towards Stallard in his Grizzlies debut. He feeds it to the left side for Mayhew. As he'll toss to the corner for Gallant, back to Mayhew, left point. Mayhew fires it off the end boards. As Stapley gets cut off, Stallard hacking away, goes to Kansas City. As the Mavericks will backhand it off the Grizzly. It stays in the Kansas City zone. Grizzlies skate towards the far corner as Mayhew trying to get it to Stallard. It's poked away as Casey Krug out there in the area. As goes back to Gallant, right point, righty shot is blocked away. And it ricochets all the way back into the Grizzly zone as Teixeira races and gets it in the far corner. Teixeira moves it out, pass picked off. Kansas City skates down the middle. Centers over to the right side. Shot is blocked away as Notbar got dragged down by Teixeira. No call as Teixeira did what he had to do. Grizzlies regained the line. Stapley gets it poked away. Now slot lefty shot saved by Kelly as puck ricocheted off the Stapley stick and rolled towards Messner, fired away. But Dylan Kelly was able to catch the low liner with 16:19 left in the second. Well, good job by Keone Teixeira in recovering as he tried to outlet it to neutralize. It was picked off by Kansas City. Mavericks maybe got a little bit too cute with an extra pass when it looked like they had a pretty good look skating down the middle. But Teixeira did a good job of taking the body and taking Kansas City out of the play. Grizzlies win the draw in the offensive zone. They're still looking for the first goal of the game. Utah gets to Messner. Slot lefty shot. Kick saved by Kelly. Rebound goes to Utah left side. They roll it around the boards. Dylan Fitz, who's got 4 goals in the trip, takes a shot and it's blocked about 5 feet in front of Kelly towards Kelly's left. Mavericks move it ahead. Kansas City skates towards Cranley. Cranley pokes it away as Kansas City was chasing after it near Utah's net. Puck glides towards the far side. Kansas City keeps it in as Dean Yakura delivers a shot. As Kansas City goes down, Grizzlies feed it out to center ice, looking for Fitz. It's poked away as the Mavericks re-enter the zone. They've got 12 forwards and 5D tonight. Mavericks over in the right point, pitch it up top. As Kansas City left side, lefty shot is blocked away. As a shot was taken by Joshua Carlson in his Mavericks debut. Mavericks get back to Carlson, left wing, lefty shot and score. I don't know if I got redirected. Carlson gets high-fived by everybody as Cotton's in the area. Carlson, I believe, thinks it got redirected as it's now a 3-0 game. I think if it is Carlson, it's his first as a pro. It looked like it's Carlson's goal as it just went past Will Cranley's stick nearby the net. Didn't look like he got a piece of it, though. It looked like Nolan Walker was net front, maybe taking some of the vision away from Will Cranley as Carlson gets the goal. And I know it's his first of the season. It's his first in the AHL. I wonder if it's his first as a pro, as he was signed, I believe, earlier today by Kansas City. As the puck is at neutral ice, it's now 3-0 Kansas City, about 5 minutes into the second period. Grizzlies rolled along the boards. It goes to the far side. Grizzlies skate from left to right as they get to center ice, and they'll throw it in. Utah chasing after it as Wickers gets blasted. Grizzlies couldn't handle it as Kansas City throws a diagonal pass to the near side. It connects to the left wing. Kansas City's McKenna gets pushed by Teixeira. Puck exited the zone, and so offside is called, and even 5 minutes into the second period. So Jeremy McKenna looking things over as Carlson does get credited for the goal, with the assist going to Jacob Hayhurst, 4:32 into the second period. We're going to check quickly to see if that's Carlson's first as a professional. We know it's his first pro goal in this league, and he might be making his pro debut, as the notes for Kansas City aren't exactly exact with the with a few details. As Carlson previously played with the Knoxville Ice Bears, I believe he was a teammate with now current Grizzly Jordan Stallard. And for Carlson, it is his first professional goal. Congratulations to him, as it's his first season in North America as a pro. Grizzlies back in their own end, skate from left to right. They move it out to center ice. It bounced off a skate as the Mavericks play it, and they get called for offside as there's 14:44 left in the second. Draw comes back to neutral ice. So Joshua Carlson gets his first pro goal, with Jacob Hayhurst getting an assist, 4:32 into the second period. One of the linesmen sporting a sweet-looking mustache. I think that's Daniel Huntington sporting the mustache, as Dremko will take the draw against Brett Stapley. And Huntington says we'll do it over again. The faceoff is at the center ice logo. I thought it was a 10-year anniversary for Kansas City. Look a little bit closer. It's a 15-year anniversary, as they were founded back in 2009. There's a draw won by Dremko in Kansas City. Mavericks near side, cross center ice, and they fire a shot that bounced off of Cranley towards the near corner. As Schoenbert throws to the far side, back to Schoenbert as he's being shadowed by Mayhew. Schubert feeds it up top to the right side. Kansas City slides it across the left corner. Mavericks chase after it. Grizzlies get there first as Utah saucers ahead to Stapley. Stapley crosses center ice right wing. He gains the line, feeds to his left. Pass connects, lefty shot. Saved by Kelly. Everybody hacking away, but it looks like Kelly is held on as Stapley found Mayhew all alone on the left side. Mayhew had a good look, but Dylan Kelly was able to slide towards his right to make the stop. As Kelly pretty quickly, and then the puck ended up towards his left, and then puck kind of trickled past him, and then Kelly dove, and it looked like was able to lay on the puck as the puck was laying in the crease, as Kelly was able to hold on. 14:16 left in the second. If I remember right, I think Dylan Kelly's a former member of the Rapid City Rush. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 19-9, including a slight edge here in the second period. And I think that shot edge is 5-3 for Kansas City in the second. Mavericks lead 3-0. They win the draw as Not Barr will fire it off the near glass. Puck goes into the Grizzlies zone. Utah near side moves out to center. It goes towards Fitz as the Mavericks, Not Barr, will lift it in as the puck bounces off the ice. 2 hops to the ice. It goes to the near corner off the wall Wicker slides it ahead as Grizzlies cross center. Utah with speed, gains the line. Penner, left side, gets the Fitz. Fitz on the right side, got the puck, but couldn't get a shot off. Now over to Wickers, who swings and misses. It goes back towards Semick, who slides along the near wing boards. It goes to Kansas City. Mavericks will tap it off the skate of Aragon as Fitz trying to chase after it. Kansas City gathers it as Fitz spins around number 21, Bobby Hampton. As the Grizzlies back to center ice lose it, as Hampton will slide it towards his right. Hampton might be playing a defensive role for Kansas City tonight as the puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone, and it slides towards the near side for Fitz, who glides along the right wing. Fitz crosses center ice, and he'll fire it in. Aragon gets spun around, taking it's Theo Calvis. He gets hit and dragged down by Aragon as the Mavericks throw it to the far side. Now Kansas City gets it across center ice left wing. Mavericks 2-on-3, they enter the zone. So drop it off towards McKenna. McKenna near goal line skates around Utah's net. McKenna over to the left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Cranley. As he holds on, as McKenna was over to find Patrick Curry, who was all alone in the left wing. But Curry's shot was saved by Will Cranley, who's on an NHL entry-level contract with the St. Louis Blues. Mavericks lead 3-0. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual.
The Mavericks 3 and the Grizzlies nothing, as Kansas City scored 2 goals in the first, and Josh Carlson in his pro debut, at least in this league, he played in the SBHL earlier this year, picking up his first pro goal. As draws going to be in the Grizzlies zone as Patrick Curry before the break took a shot from the left wing that Cranley made the save on. As the Mavericks are up to 20 shots, Grizzlies have 9. As the draw is taken in the near circle, I think it's Curry for Kansas City. Can't see who the Grizzly is taking the draw as it's over in the near circle. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Utah skating from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports as Messner moves it ahead. As Grizzlies brushing out the center, goes back to Kansas City. The Mavericks have done an outstanding job with puck possession here so far. Mavericks with 12 forwards and 5D. We think that Hampton's acting as a defenseman as Kansas City fires it in and chases after it. Sam Rossini delivers a big shot, the 6'2 defenseman. As the puck trickles towards the middle, it's taken by Adam Berg, who moves it ahead. Grizzlies at neutral ice overskate the puck. It's Kansas City doing a good job poking it away, but offside is a call as the Mavericks' Cade Borchard was in the Grizzlies zone. The puck just kind of trickled towards him, and Borchard, kind of on instincts, decided to play the puck, and the whistle blew. As David Cotton out there on the ice wearing number 13, he's standing next to Cole Gallant for the Grizzlies. Gallant, the Western Michigan product, who's second on the team with 26 points this year. I think you can still make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Who's scoring first for Utah? I still think it's going to be Tyler Penner. As the draw is won by Kansas City. They're at neutral ice. Mavericks backing out into their own end as Duquette will slide it across towards Josh Carlson, who's a big 6'9", 225-pound defenseman. Boy, I bet he gets asked all the time if he plays basketball. As Grizzlies will tap it off the near boards. Burke will slide it across. The Grizzlies cross center ice, making with good speed. Gains the line, gets it to Stapley on the left side. Stapley bobbles it, but gets it off the boards. As Stapley gets double-teamed, he'll fire it off the end wall. It goes to Carlson, the big 6'9 defenseman who takes up a ton of space. He's probably got the longest stick in the league. Mavericks cross center. They get around a Grizzlies defenseman. Righty shot, saved by Cranley. And it deflects out of play as Kansas City's Nolan Walker went coast to coast, got around a couple Grizzlies, then fired away on Cranley. As it looked like Walker was able to get around Mayhew, and then it just missed wide. As they show the replay on Flow Sports, Walker had a pretty good look. He just had the puck lift on him. It didn't bounce off Cranley or anything. He just didn't get anything on it. Beautiful play up until the shot. As Dremko will take the draw against Jordan Stallard, who's got to be fired up as he was just released by Kansas City yesterday. and claimed off of waivers by the Grizzlies earlier today, as Utah has had a few forward injuries, as Cody Cron, Dakota Raby, and J.C. Campagna are all out of the lineup due to injury. As Grizzlies near side, Dean Yakura gets hit. 2-on-2 battle in the corner, goes to Cole Koski, who skates towards the net as he gets it brushed away. It goes back to Utah as the Grizzlies. Well, Dean Yakura moves out to center ice. It's picked off by the Mavericks. Like, Grizzlies haven't had a ton of time in the offensive zone, as the Kansas City Mavericks doing a good job at neutral ice. Mavericks cross center, left wing. They gained the line and bounce it in. As Koski chases after, he gathers it as he gets hit by Jordan Stone. Puck goes to the right point. Now it's the high slot. Lefty shot goes wide as it ricochets off the end boards. Mavericks, far side, skate towards the middle. Kansas City, as the arm is raised by the referee, as Kansas City gets dragged down. Stallard is in the area. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Grizzlies. As Jake Jaremko, the Kansas City captain, was the one that got dragged around. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Grizz. 11 minutes and 1 second are left in the second, as Jordan Stallard gets 2 minutes for hooking in his return trip to Kansas City. Stallard looks down in the penalty box as Jaremko just lost his balance. Stallard's stick just happened to be in the way as the call was made, as we've seen quite a few hooks here in the first half of this game. So it's a 2-minute power play for Kansas City. They lead 3-0. The Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 20-9. As the Mavericks win the draw, Duquette over to Curry just outside the left circle. Curry is the top goal scorer in the league. Over to Duquette, who feeds it to his right. As the Mavericks directed to Duquette, high slot, lefty shot is blocked away as it ricochets towards Cole Koski in the corner. Koski gets it. He skates back towards the point. Koski just outside the right circle. Gets it to Duquette. Now back to Koski. Koski skates in. Righty shot saved by Cranley. Rebound out in front. Grizzlies box him out. Utah clears it out. I think Quinn Wickers was the one to clear it out. 1:28 and counting left in Kansas City's power play. Mavericks cross center ice as Curry glides towards his right. Grizzlies lose their balance. Kansas City gets to the high slot. Now the Mavericks will lay it for Curry. Curry lays to the high slot for Koski. He'll take a righty shot, save, rebound, shot, and a score. As the Mavericks get their second power play goal of the night. And it is David Cotton getting his 5th of the year. And so that will make it a 4-0 hockey game. As Curry dropped it off for Koski. Koski took the shot. It bounced off of Cranley. And Cotton was able to get the rebound out in front. So it looks like this one's getting away from the Grizzlies here in the season series opener. 2 power play goals for Kansas City. Jeremy McKenna in the first period and David Cotton here in the second, with Curry and Koski getting the assists, we believe. As Grizzlies win the draw, as it's now a 4-0 game, as puck goes deep into the Kansas City zone, but the Mavericks have the puck, as the Mavericks are doing an outstanding job with puck possession. Kansas City throws to the far side. Carlson's out on the ice, the big 6'9" defenseman. He scored his first pro goal early in the second period. Grizzlies skate down the middle. Carlson pokes it away. Now right wing, Teixeira fires towards the net. It goes wide. Grizzlies lay it over. Left point. Lefty shot is blocked away. And it looks like Kelly covers up as Kansas City doing a good job boxing out Utah with Aragon and Fitz out in front. But 3 or 4 Kansas City Mavericks were out there making sure Dylan Kelly was able to make the save. 9:44 is left in the second. It's Kansas City 4 and Utah nothing. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Now it's the Mavericks 4 and the Grizzlies 4. 4 different skaters for Kansas City have goals. Cade Borchard, 12 seconds into the game, made it 1-0. Jeremy McKenna, 12:53, and made it 2-0. Second period goals by Josh Carlson, 4:32, and made it 3-0. And then David Cotton on the power play, 9:46, made it a 4-0 game. Patrick Curry has 2 assists, and Jeremy McKenna has 1 goal, 1 assist. Grizzlies in the offensive zone, left point. Semick with a lefty shot that goes wide, ricochets off the boards. The puck lifts out to the high slot. Grizzlies kept it in, at least they believed they did, but it might have been played with a high stick because the whistle blows with 9:25 left in the second. Kansas City has 22 shots, 14 in the first, 8 here in the second. Grizzlies 6 shots in the first. They have taken 2 in the second. Mavericks are 2 for 5 on the power play. Utah is 0 for 2. In terms of who leads the Grizzlies in shots, McMessner has 3, Brett Stapley has 2, then a few other Grizzlies have 1 shot here so far. Stapley will take the draw against Patrick Curry. Neutral zone draw. That's won by the Grizz. Teixeira over to Mayhew. The All-Star skates to the left circle. Mayhew gets around Calvis. Starting pass shot. And it's blocked away as Mayhew found Stapley out in front and had a good look. Puck goes back to the left point. Kansas City kicks it back to center ice. Utah chases after it. Grizz skate from left to right here in the second period. Puck goes to center ice. Bounced off a Maverick. Now the Grizzlies at their blue line. Brett Stapley crosses center. He slides it ahead. Grizzlies enter the zone. As looked like Stollard got it poked away, make that Nathan Burke. Puck goes to the right side. Teixeira, right point, slides a diagonal past the left. It ricochets off a stick of Duquette. Stapley gathers it, throws to the left circle. Lefty shot, saved by Kelly. Rebound to Utah on the right circle. As looked like getting pushed was Stollard as he gets back to his feet. Stapley out there as well as Patrick Curry throws it behind his back. The Mavericks will carry it across center ice, and the Mavericks gain the line. Big time hit delivered by Utah as Teixeira leveled Jeremy McKenna. Stapley at center ice. We'll move it to the offensive zone. Left wing. Grizzlies skate in. Backhand shot is blocked away as it was blocked by Carlson, the big 6'9" defenseman. Utah intercepts a Kansas City pass at center ice. Now Adam Berg gains line, make that Stollard. Stollard in his Grizzlies debut. It is Berg. He gets pushed and loses the puck. As Schoenbert gains center ice, Grizzlies back defensively. Schoenbert will bounce it off a Grizzly skater. It goes towards Stollard, who gains the line, skates towards the corner. Actually, that's Berg again. As Berg wearing number 14, Stallard's number 54. Stallard is on the ice. The Grizzlies left wing fired around the boards. Now it goes back to the right side. Grizzlies right side. Shot, kick saved by Kelly. Kansas City collects the rebound on the far side. They cross center ice. 2-on-3. Mavericks gain the line. Kolkoski right side. Righty shot goes wide as he tried to fire it over Cranley's shoulder. Grizzlies chase after it. Actually, Kansas City has a beat back deep in their own end, skating from right to left. Ahead to Koski, who carries it across center ice. Koski gains the line. He looks to center it. A puck bounces off a stick. It goes back to Kansas City. Right side, righty shot is blocked away and glides towards the near corner. Fitz moves out to center ice. Passes incomplete at the Utah blue line. Kansas City steps over the line but loses the puck. As the Grizzlies toss ahead to Fitz. Fitz backhands it deep in the Kansas City zone. As the Mavericks glide after it, Bobby Hampton, who might be playing a defensive role, normally a forward for Kansas City, as the Mavericks have 5 true D-men. Mavericks, left wing pass connects as they enter the zone. Kansas City will get it across. Mavericks skate towards Hayhurst, right side. Lefty shot saved by Cranley, and he holds on as Cranley has seen a lot of body saves here so far, with 6:49 left in the second, as Cranley will skate towards the near corner to get the legs build up again. It's been a pretty productive forward line for Kansas City with Hayhurst, Nolan Walker, number 20, Theo Calvis talking things over as Kelly gets some water. Draws game in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. As the Mavericks are up to 23 shots, Utah's taken 11. First of a 2-game weekend series, Grizz will be back home at Maverick Center next week for a 3-game set against Rapid City. Utah wins the draw. Cutler throws it out to center. It's taken back by the Mavericks as Calvis will backhand it towards the near wing boards. And now it goes to Utah as Cutler has a bounce off a Maverick. It goes to Wickers, who slides it across. As the Grizzlies get it back towards Stone, who moves to center ice and looking for Cutler. He gets a piece of it, a new try, so it goes deep in the Maverick zone. Kansas City near side will lift it towards number 13, David Cotton, who's picked up a second period goal. He has one of the 2 power play tallies. Across the right side, Hayhurst gains the line, skates towards the corner. Berg took it away from behind. Stapley backhands it across as Grizz cross center ice. Stone gains the line. Right point, righty shot is blocked away as the puck goes towards the far side. 6 minutes and counting left in the second as Kansas City comes out of the pile with a puck. Pass ahead, connects. Mavericks have a breakaway. They skeet down the middle. Lefty shot, saved by Cranley. As the Mavericks had a good look, and it was taken by Jacob Hayhurst. Grizzlies cross center ice, skating from left to right. Utah gains the line, right wing. Berg fires a lefty shot that goes wide from the right wing. As the Grizzlies left side will bounce it off a Newbert. As Grizzlies, Berg throws it around. Grizzlies now have it in the right side. Utah kicks up top pass, got redirected, and goes wide as it goes back into the Grizzlies zone. Utah chasing after it. As Teixeira, diagonal pass to the right, connects to Gallant. Gallant skeets over the line and lays it. As the Grizzlies, Aaron Aragon gets blasted by Newbar. As the puck goes back to Kansas City. Mavericks diagonal pass connects to the left. Mavericks, Newbar, skeets towards the left circle, takes a shot, and it's blocked away. As the Grizzlies gather it, and they move it ahead. Rossini gets the pass to the left side. Grizzlies skeet towards the circle, try to lay it out, and couldn't connect on it. Grizzlies keep it in the zone left side. Utah skeets towards the circle. They center it. Backhand shot. And a score! Grizzlies get on the board as Aaron Aragon fired a backhand shot towards the net, and it went past Dylan Kelly as Aragon gets his 6th of the year, and Utah gets on the board with 4:53 left in the second. As Rossini over to Aragon. Boy, Aragon got a ton of velocity on the backhand shot, and Penner was net front, but Kelly almost reacted as if he didn't see it. So Aragon's going to get the goal. Looks like Sam Rossini is going to pick up an assist, and this is professional debut. Rossini had 11 assists in his college career at the University of Minnesota. So Aragon gets the goal. Rossini, we believe, is going to get an assist. Grizzlies win the draw. They skeet down the middle. Utah, righty shot, saved by Kelly. That shot was taken by Tyler Penner, and after the whistle, Aragon got pushed by Patrick Curry as Kelly holds on with 4:44 left in the second. But Aaron Aragon on a sweet-looking backhand shot in the slot. That gets Utah on the board with Sam Rossini getting his first professional point. It's the Mavericks 4 and the Grizzlies 1. 4:44 left in the second period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Aaron Aragon gets Utah on the board, 15:07 into the second period with Sam Rossini getting his first pro point. Cole Gallant got his 20th assist of the season. Gallant second on the team with 20 assists. Brett Stapley is first with 23. Back after this. So it's the Mavericks 4, Grizzlies 1, as Cade Borcher will take the draw for Kansas City against Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. Penner in his 180th consecutive regular season game. Grizzlies won the draw. Fitz fires towards the net. It goes wide as it kicked off a skate. As the puck's in the near corner here late in the second period. Utah gets to Fitz, right point, righty shot is sticked away by Kelly. Kansas City gets it, long-range pass connects. Mavericks have a breakaway. They skeet down the middle. Lefty shot, saved by Cranley. Rebound shot, saved by Cranley again. As a long-range pass connected to Curry. Curry had a breakaway, took a shot. Cranley made a save, and then another Maverick came over and took a shot, and that might have been McKenna. And Cranley was able to make the second save as well. 4:26 left in the second. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. And for the Grizzlies, obviously trying to climb back into this one as Kansas City scored the first 4 goals of the contest. Same teams tomorrow night. 5:05 face-off. Pre-game coverage at about 4:50. As David Cotton will take the draw against Brett Stapley. Stapley still looking for his first point of the night. He's got a 10-game point scoring streak. As the Grizzlies win the draw, Rossini moves it ahead. Grizzlies diagonally bouncing off the near wing boards. Cutler fires it in as he chases after it as he collides with Carlson, the big 6'9" defenseman. Action over in the near corner. Centers out to Burke. He'll take a shot. Saved by Kelly. As Grizzlies won the battle, got to Nathan Burke over in the near circle. Burke took a shot, but Kelly was able to make the stop with 4:10 left in the second. Grizzlies up to 15 shots, 9 here so far in the second period. Stapley will take the face-off against Jacob Hayhurst, who's been one of Kansas City's most active forwards. And the draw won by Kansas City. Mavericks will get it over to Theo Calvis, who moves it towards the far side. As Mavericks battle with Utah, 2-on-2 over on the far side. Grizzlies come out of the pile with the puck as Burke gets pushed in the back. Burke keeps his feet and moves it towards the corner. Kansas City taps it as the Mavericks will backhand it to center ice where it's regathered by Utah. Utah backhands it to Rossini, who gains the line, and he'll drop it off for Burke. Right circle, lefty shot, saved by Kelly. Rebound out in front. Kansas City gathers it. They'll toss off the near boards and chase after it. Grizzlies regathered at center ice. Rossini looks like he's played well. Rossini gets the puck. He skates around Utah's net. They'll fire it towards the left side. Grizzlies cross center. Utah gains the line. They stop in the left point, and they get it to Stapley. Right side, righty shot, saved by Kelly. Grizzlies get it back around. Adam Berg gets pushed as Berg sways the glass back and forth. Left point. Grizzlies. Semick gets to the left circle. Stapley backhands the shot towards the net. It's blocked away by Kansas City. Mavericks gain center ice, and they lift it in as Cranley stops before it got to the corner. As Grizzlies will move it to the near side as Gallant fires it across. Grizzlies enter the zone. Left circle. Lefty shot goes wide as they went glove side on Kelly, but missed the net. As action at the near side, Kansas City tried to move it out to center ice as Berg throws it towards the middle. Kansas City picks it off as Berg fired away from the right point. Kansas City enters the zone as they lead 4-1. Mavericks on the far side get pushed. Grizzlies playing physical here in the second period. Utah gathers the puck. Grizz skate from left to right. They cross center ice, left wing. They gain the line. Utah tried to bounce it towards Gallant. Kansas City got a stick in the way. And now the puck goes to center ice. Kansas City has it 1-on-2. Mavericks enter the zone. They kick it towards the far corner and chase after it. As the Grizzlies get there first. Utah with good team speed gets to the near side. Long range pass to the left connects as Fitz will backhand it around the wall. Kelly drops it off for Konepke. As Konepke skates around his net, it goes to the left side. Mayhew skates towards the circle. Mayhew centers it out in front. Lefty shot and a score! Aaron Aragon gets his second of the night. And we got ourselves a hockey game. It's now 4-2. Boy, Mayhew made the plays. He skated towards the left circle and then centered it to Aaron Aragon. Aragon gathered it about 10 feet in front of the crease. Mayhew to Aragon to the back of the net. But Aaron Aragon's now on hat trick watch as he scored both the Utah's goals. That's a 4-2 game. Aaron Aragon sporting a mustache, maybe a goatee there. As Aragon gets a 2-goal game for Utah. Mayhew picks up an assist. He now has a point in 8 of his last 10 games. Grizzlies win the draw. It's now 4-2 Kansas City, but the Grizzlies have scored 2 unanswered. Mavericks far side their own zone as they'll throw a stretch pass out to center ice. It goes to McKenna, who gains the line. He skates down the middle. McKenna with a righty shot. Cranley makes the save. It bounced off of him. Mavericks with another shot, and Cranley is able to make a body save as Grizzlies cross center ice. Mayhew with the puck as he skates in. Right side stops to the point, and he backhands it in deep. Grizzlies chase after it. It goes to Kansas City. Mavericks move it ahead. And now the Grizzlies get it back at center ice. The pass was wide of the mark. As Fitz fires it across. Grizzlies enter as Utah skates towards the left circle. As the Grizz will back it around. Fitz on the ice. So is Rossini. Now play is stopped with 1:13 left in the second. As Theo Calvis, the big defenseman, 6'5", 213 pounds, skates towards center ice. As everybody looks around. Puck must have deflected out of play as there's 1:13 left in the second. Sam Rossini skates off the ice. There was a penalty, it looks like. And not really sure who it was. He didn't really signal either way. As Teixeira talks with the referee kind of as the acting captain here tonight. As Grizzlies captain Josh Wesley was called up to the AHL's Colorado Eagles a couple days ago. On the Grizzlies' second goal, looks like Aragon got it 17:59 into the second with Kyle Mayhew getting the assist. Now one of the linesmen are talking with Christian Horn. Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, looking things over. Ryan Kanasowicz walking over there as one of the linesmen. That's the guy with the sweet-looking mustache, Daniel Huntington. As well, there's a penalty on the play, but we're not really sure what it was. So there's 1:13 left in the second. I don't hear the noises in Kansas City. They might have a ref mic Gallant's going to take the draw against David Cotton. Cotton has 5 goals this season. It's going to be a Kansas City power play as the Mavericks throw it to the right side. It's not sure what the penalty was for Utah. Grizz get it over towards Curry. Might have been too many men on the ice. Kansas City to the far side. They're just outside the circles. The Mavericks spread the ice in the attack zone. Now they get it behind Utah's net. Now it goes back to the right side. Righty shot hits the side of the net. Grizzlies throw it to the right, and keeping it in is Marc-Olivier Duquette. As the Mavericks back to the right side, gets Duquette in the high slot. He throws to the left side for Curry. Curry dances around, and so switch places with Duquette. Now Curry is over to the right side, drops it off for Koski down the middle, take a righty shot, and he scores. As Cole Koski gets his 16th of the year, and that is the 3rd Kansas City power play goal here tonight, as they've now taken a 5-2 lead. Koski just went stick side past Cranley. Messner was out in front of Koski, not really sure, if Cranley was able to see it cleanly. As Koski, with that quick-looking wrist shot, got past Cranley in a hurry. So it's 3 power play goals for Kansas City here, as they've taken. That's really the difference in the game, as it's 5-2. Both the Utah's second period goals by Aragon were scored 5-on-5. So Kansas City wins the faceoff for skating 5-on-5 again. As now the puck bounced off the linesman. It goes to Nathan Burke, who chips to his right. Grizzlies gained the line as Cutler stops on the point and fires it around the wall. As Burke collides with Carlson. As the Grizzlies looking for their 3rd goal here in the second period. Now Utah along the far side as the puck bounces to the far circle. Grizzlies still have it at the point. 10 seconds left in the period. Over to the right side. One-timer goes wide. That's taken by Cutler on a one-timer. As puck goes towards the end boards, 2 seconds left. Arm is raised by the referee, and that will do it for 20 minutes of play. As looks like there's a penalty as the referee raised his arm very late in the second period. We'll see if we can get any indication as to who the penalty was on, as somebody's going to be on the power play here to start the 3rd period. And power play is really the key word of the night. 3 Kansas City power play goals, including 2 in the second period, as the Mavericks have goals from 5 different skaters, and they lead Utah 5-2. Both the Utah's goals came in the second half of the second period by Aaron Aragon, as he got a 2-goal game, and he's going to be on hat trick watcher in the 3rd period, as both his goals were scored from the slot. Well, the first one on a backhand attempt on a pass from Sam Rossini, who got his first pro point, and the second one, Kyle Mayhew just kind of laid it out in front, and about 10 feet in front of the crease, Aragon was able to collect it and put it in the back of the net. We haven't gotten any indication here video-wise as to who got the penalty, as the arm was raised by the referee there with about 2 seconds left in the second. And so somebody's going to be on the power play to start the 3rd period, and it looks like it's going to be a Grizzlies power play, as Nate Konepke got a tripping minor exactly 20 minutes into the second period. The Grizzlies' last penalty, we were trying to figure out what it was a bench minor for too many men on the ice. Brandon Cutler was in the box representing the Grizzlies, so the Grizzlies got caught with too many men late in the second period, and that's why Kansas City got the power play late in the second period that Cole Koski scored on 19-24 in. So when we come back to the Grizzlies Rio Tinto Kennecott intermission report, we'll recap the first 2 periods and go over some scores from around the world of sports. It's the Mavericks 5 and the Grizzlies 2 here on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
We're through 2 periods over at Cable Dahmer Arena, which is a car dealership. Kansas City's 3 power play goals right now are the difference in the game. It's Kansas City 5, Utah 2. Mavericks had a 2-0 lead after 1 period. It was only 12 seconds into the contest where Cade Borchard found the back of the net, with McKenna and Curry getting the assists. Late in the first period on a power play, it was Jeremy McKenna scoring from the left wing. Bobby Hampton and Nolan Walker each picked up the assist. That was the first of 3 power play goals for Kansas City on the night. Mavericks led 2-0 after 1 period. They outshot the Grizzlies 14-6. In the second period, Kansas City had a 15-12 shot edge. Joshua Carlson picked up his first professional goal, and this is his first game in this league. He had spent some time earlier in this league in the year with the Knoxville Ice Bears in the SPHL, where he was a teammate with now Grizzly forward Jordan Stallard. Stallard was released by Kansas City yesterday, and he's making his Grizzlies debut here tonight. Carlson scored to make it 3-0, 4:32 in, with Hayhurst getting the assist. As Carlson scored from the point, Hayhurst, I think there was another guy net front. Hayhurst was the one that got the pass towards Carlson, as the Mavericks had a guy net front, but it didn't get redirected. I think that was Walker that was in front of the net. But Carlson scored it cleanly to make it 3-0. And then on the power play, David Cotton made it a 4-0 game as he got a rebound out in front and put it away. I think Koski was the one that took that shot that was out in front that bounced off of Cranley. Cotton got the rebound and put it away. It was 9:46 into the second period. Cotton got his 5th of the year. Koski and Curry with the assists. Then the Grizzlies got on the board 15:07 into the second as Aaron Aragon scored really a sweet-looking goal. You know, you think about getting a lot of velocity on a backhand shot, and that's what happened. As Sam Rossini, the newest Grizzly, who's making his pro debut, the University of Minnesota product, he was on the left side, got it down the middle towards Aragon. Then Aragon, I'm not sure Dylan Kelly had much of a look at it, as Penner was net front trying to cause havoc. And Aragon got a lot of velocity on the backhand shot, probably more than what Dylan Kelly was expecting. Rossini and Cole Gallant each picked up the assists. Gallant, with the helper, becomes the second Grizzly forward to have 20 assists this season, 20 or more, as he now has 20 on the season. Brett Stapley leads the way with 23. Grizzlies cut into the lead some more as Aragon got a second of the game on a play that was really made by Kyle Mayhew, as Mayhew was in the left point, just kind of skated towards the left circle in a straight line, then centered it to Aragon, who was open about 10 feet in front of the crease. Pass connected, and Aragon had a grade A chance and fired it past Kelly for a second of the game. It's been quite a few 2-goal efforts by the Grizzlies here this season. We have yet to see a 3-goal game. We haven't had a hat trick yet. So we'll see if Aaron Aragon can get his 3rd of the game sometime in the 3rd period. Mayhew picked up the only assist in the Aragon goal, and that's important because he now has a point in 8 of his last 10 games. Late in the second period, the Grizzlies got a penalty as Brandon Cutler was serving it. The Grizzlies got a bench minor for too many men on the ice, which wasn't necessarily Cutler's fault. He just happened to be the one that represented the Grizzlies in the box. And early in that power play, Cole Koski scored from the high slot, and he went stick side past Cranley for his 16th of the year. Curry and Duquette with the assists. And for Patrick Curry, he has 3 assists on the night and 26 for the season. So Kansas City took a 5-2 lead with the power play goal. Remember, it looks like the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play to start the 3rd period, as Nate Konepke got a tripping minor, time of penalty exactly 20 minutes into the 2nd period. So the Grizzlies will get a power play to start the 3rd period, and we'll see if they can find a way to cut into the Kansas City lead. In the Grizzlies, 18 shots. Looks like Stapley, Messner, and Aragon each have 3 shots to lead the club, with 2 of Aragon's 3 shots finding the back of the net. Nathan Burke has 2 shots and then 1 shot each for Wickers, Fitz, Berg, Penner, and Brandon Cutler. For Kansas City, they're led by Jeremy McKenna and Patrick Curry. Each guy has 6 shots, with 1 of McKenna's 6 shots finding the back of the net. McKenna has 1 goal and 1 assist, but it's really been a balanced attack for Kansas City. McKenna and Cole Koski each have 1 goal and 1 assist. We mentioned before Curry has 3 assists, but goals from 5 different players for Kansas City, and that's really been a key to their success, is that they're more than just a couple forwards. And obviously, when you see as many AHL call-ups as you see, and especially with as many guys loaned over the last month as we've seen in this league. I mean, Grizzlies lost Brian Yoon earlier today as he was loaned to the AHL's Hartford Wolfpack. You're going to need to have a team balance. You're going to have scoring from everywhere. That's really been the impressive thing about Kansas City tonight, is it looks like it's been about everybody that's contributed to their attack. And that's partly why they're in first place in the Mountain Division, is the fact that it looks like they really work the puck around well. If they pass the puck as well as they have here so far tonight, then, it's pretty tough to stop them. Puck possession certainly has been in their favor here through 40 minutes. And what can you say? Kansas City, the Grizzlies fans are getting their first look at them this season. It looks like the Mavericks are deserving of their first place status with a record of 26-7-1. For Kansas City, it's their first home game of the 2024 calendar year. And we're really looking forward to the first homestand for the Grizzlies here in 2024. Now, remember, Utah is 11-6 at home this season. They played outstanding on Mavericks Center Ice. Remember the Grizzlies' last homestand, and it was a while ago, but the Grizzlies did sweep Tulsa in a 3-game series. So you got to make sure to get your tickets for next week and support the Grizzlies in a 3-game set that's going to start with a Smith's Family Night, where it's 4 tickets for $40 and then $10 for each additional ticket. Friday, it's going to be an AFCU Friday. That's going to be 7 days from now in the middle game of the 3-game set. And with the AFCU Fridays, tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Mavericks Center box office. And the Guns and Hoses Extravaganza will be on Saturday, January 27th. And you're going to want to make sure not only to come to the Grizzlies game that night, but make an entire day out of it and come to the Grizzlies charity games. I think there's going to be 3 charity games this season, starting at 12:30. Obviously, the games get more and more competitive with each one, leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. Tonight is the first time the Grizzlies have seen Kansas City this year. Next week will be the first time the Grizzlies will see the Rapid City Rush in action. Rapid City is a 500 club this year with a 17-17-2 record. They're just about as good at home as they are on the road. Speaking of Rapid City, they are taking on the Idaho Steelheads tonight over at the Monument in Rapid City. And that's one of many scores from around the league that will update you on the other side. I'm really struggling with the English language here tonight. And we'll give you some NHL and NBA scores as well, as Kansas City leads Utah 5-2. The difference in the game was the 3 Kansas City power play goals. In net for Kansas City, Dylan Kelly has stopped 16 of 18. For Utah, Will Cranley has saved 24 of 29. We'll come back with some scores from around the world of sports on the other side, as Kansas City leads Utah 5-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Second intermission over in Kansas City. The Mavericks lead the Grizzlies 5-2. Ton of action in the league here. A few have gone final. In overtime, Indy defeats Kalamazoo 3-2. In a shootout, Adirondack came back from a 4-3 deficit. They tied it up in the third period, then won in a shootout 5-4. As Adirondack is in first place in the North Division by a wide margin. Also in the North Division, Norfolk is a 4-3 overtime winner over Newfoundland. Remember, Norfolk's going to be in town for a 3-game set in the middle of March. Let's see. Keaton Jamison played for the Admirals tonight. He was a -1 and had 3 shots. So no points for the former Grizzly Keaton Jamison tonight. But the Admirals defeat Newfoundland 4-3. And Newfoundland's been struggling, or Norfolk's been struggling a little bit as of late, but they are still 2 games over the 500 mark. Greenville over South Carolina 3-2. Reading is a 5-2 winner over Maine. Jacksonville defeats Atlanta 4-1. Cincinnati had a 5-0 lead after 2 periods, and they cruised to a 5-1 win as Toledo scored 1 goal in the third. Wheeling defeats Iowa 4-1. The Wheeling Nailers will be in for a 3-game set in the middle of February at Mavericks Center. Former Grizzly forward Jordan Martell scored a goal for Wheeling in the third period to make it 4-1. Martell now has 13 goals on the season. Other action in the league. Let's look at some of the Mountain Division scores. Those games are in progress. One other game, Fort Wayne leads Worcester 3-0. That one late in the third period. Tulsa leads Wichita 2-0. That game has less than 1 minute left in regulation as Eddie Matsushima has both of the Tulsa goals. He scored 1:45 into the third period, and then he added some insurance with 49 seconds left in the third period on what could be an empty net. Looks like they're still updating that on the ECHL app as Matsushima has both of Tulsa's goals in a 2-0 lead and what could turn out to be a 2-0 victory as that game has 1 minute left in regulation. One other game in progress. Idaho leads Rapid City 4-1 late in the second period. Willie Nerum has 3 goals for Idaho. He already has completed the hat trick, and they're not through 2 periods yet. Nerum, 3 goals on 3 shots for Idaho as he scored their first, third, and fourth goals of the night. Zins also has a goal for Idaho. Zins, a recent addition to the Idaho squad as the Steelheads lead Rapid City 4-1. Remember, Rapid City will be at Mavericks Center next week for a 3-game series, and that's going to be a ton of fun, starting with Smith's Family Night, which is going to be on Wednesday. And we hope to see a big crowd at Mavericks Center for the Guns N' Hoses extravaganza on Saturday, January 27th. Utah has an 11-6 record at home. They've struggled a little bit on the road. Here they are 3-4 on the current road trip, and Utah is looking for a third period comeback attempt. Do remember the Grizzlies will be on the power play for the first 2 minutes of the third period. We'll come back and have third period action as we return in 90 seconds. Once again, the score after 2 periods. It's Kansas City 5 and Utah 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Kansas City has outshot Utah 27-18. Grizzlies have 14 penalty minutes. Kansas City has 4. But really the difference in the game is the power play for Kansas City, which is 3 for 6. Utah is 0 for 2. If the Grizzlies want to make a third period comeback, obviously being on the power play for the first 2 minutes is certainly going to be huge. And it almost has that feeling that Utah is going to need to find a way to get a power play goal there to come back into this hockey game. It's the first of a 2-game set. Same teams will meet tomorrow. Now, note the start time is going to be a little bit different tomorrow. Tonight, the puck dropped at 6:35 in the Mountain Time Zone, 7:35 over in Kansas City. Tomorrow is going to be a 5:05 Mountain Time Zone start, 6:05 locally in Kansas City. As Dylan Kelly is in net, he's been solid all season long with a 12-2 record. There's Josh Carlson sporting a mustache, scoring his first professional goal earlier in the night. That came in the second period. It was Kansas City's third goal. As Carlson, about as big a player as you'll see in this league, he is listed at 6 feet 9 inches tall and 225 pounds, a native of Sweden. As he'll be standing next to Cole Gallant, Brett Stapley, and Nathan Burke are out there. That's the 3 forwards, Gallant, Stapley, and Burke. Up top looks like it's Brandon Cutler and Kyle Mayhew. So Utah going with 4 forwards and 1 defenseman on this power play shift. Utah in the cream-colored alternate jerseys will be skating from right to left as we see it from Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Kansas City wins the draw. Curry with 3 assists tonight. Throws it back to a defenseman as the Mavericks skate from left to right, and they'll tap it off the near glass. It goes past Burke, who gathers it at the Utah blue line. Now Burke gains the line, skates towards the left circle. Stapley, left circle, backhand shot saved by Kelly. 2-on-2 battle behind Kansas City's net. Burke and Stapley both get pushed as the puck goes back to the right point. Mayhew keeps it in. He slides it across towards Stapley, who spins himself around. Now the Mavericks gather it, and they clear it out. Cranley plays behind his net as Grizzlies reset the attack 40 seconds into the third period. As Mayhew skates down the middle, he gets to neutralize. Mayhew crosses center. Now he wings the left lane pass to Burke, who fires it around the wall. Gallant in the area, but Kansas City gathers it, and they clear it out. As Cranley behind his net. Now we're halfway through the Utah power play as Grizzlies reset the attack again. Mayhew gets to neutralize and drops it off as Grizzlies will cross the center red line. Now they get to Burke from Cutler. And now skating to the point is Mayhew near side over to Cutler. Goes past him. Burke along the near corner gets blasted by Knockbar as Burke goes down. It looks like he's hurt. Burke slowly gets to 2 feet. Grizzlies have it as Mayhew over in the left point. As Burke skates back in front of the net. As Mayhew still has it, he'll get to his right. As Stapley lays it for Mayhew, gets it to Cutler on the left side. Take a lefty shot. I can redirect it, and it goes to Kelly's glove. He holds on. And after the whistle, everybody went after Nathan Burke as Burke was in front of Kelly looking to redirect it or get a rebound of some kind. Well, it almost looked like it bounced off of Burke there on a redirection, and Kelly was able to make a save. I'm not sure. Burke looked like it might have been cleanly handled. Yeah, bounced off of Burke onto Kelly, and then Burke kind of hacked away towards Kelly, and you saw there's a player kicking Burke while he was down. That was Ryan Devine, one of 5 defensemen playing for Kansas City tonight. Both teams made a change at the whistle. 27 seconds left in the power play. Messner wins it. He gets it to Teixeira. Now to the right side, the directed back to Teixeira over to Fitz. One-timer. It's kicked away by Kelly and deflects out of play. As now there's 20 seconds left in the power play. As Duquette talking things over with Carlson. Carlson in his Kansas City debut. He was just signed earlier today. As everybody talking things over. Messner will take the draw against David Cotton, who's one of 5 Mavericks skaters to have a goal tonight. Draw one by Messner as Teixeira along the near wall gets to the corner. As the Grizzlies survey, as Berg over in the near corner gets pushed, he loses his balance. Puck goes back to Teixeira, who kicks it across. As now Teixeira in the high slot. They'll take a lefty shot that goes wide off the boards. Stays in play. Fitz gets it back to Teixeira. He slides it to his right. Grizzlies get it over to Fitz. It bounced off of his stick. As out of the penalty box is Nate Konepke. He joins the play. As the Mavericks with 3 defensemen on the ice right now as Koski gets pushed by Fitz. And now it goes back over to Kansas City as they skate from left to right. The Mavericks will carry it out of the zone. They get to center ice and dump it in. Grizzlies chase after it. 2.5 minutes into the third period, Mavericks still lead 5-2. As Grizzlies back behind their net, will feed it out to the near side. Grizzlies cross center ice. That's Stallard, the newest Grizzly. He'll slide it ahead. Grizzlies enter from the left side. They get it back towards Stallard. One-time tap hits the side of the net. As Stallard was cutting towards the net, it goes to Kansas City, who skates around Dylan Kelly. They get to neutral ice. Now it goes back into the Mavericks zone as Dean Yakura challenging Theo Calvis. Mavericks back at center ice. They cross center as Walker skates towards the right circle. Walker gets around Wickers. Now Walker chips up top to Calvis. Right side, Calvis with a right wing slap shot. It goes wide as it ricocheted off a body. Grizzlies along the near side. 3 minutes into the third. Moving out to center ice. They're looking for Stallard. It's poked away by Calvis. And the puck goes back over to Nolan Walker, who's one of their best forwards. Diagonal pass to the middle. Kansas City gets it. They will drag it out to center ice. Now they gain the line as Hayhurst feeds it across all alone. Kansas City walks in, looking for a shot. A bunch of sticks go flying in the air. Penalties on the Grizzlies. Left wing, Mavericks with a shot, and they score. And this baby's in the refrigerator. As looks like Nate Konepke is now the 6th different Maverick to score a goal. It was a delayed penalty, and it was going to be on the Grizzlies. Doesn't matter. Kansas City's made it 6-2. Konepke got in the left side. I don't think Cranley had a stick. There was a few sticks that were laying out, and Cranley didn't have a stick. Konepke was able to put it away from the left wing. So it was a delayed penalty, and the goal is going to count. Not as a power play goal, but as a 6-on-5 goal. Let's see. Now the referee is going to the... Well, I think on Flow Sports you might be able to hear what the referee's saying. Hooking's called. Cranley's being looked over by Grizzlies trainer Colin Lee. As Cranley had to skate towards his right, there was a big collision. There was about 2 or 3 sticks that went flying. Cranley wasn't able to pick up his stick before Kansas City worked the puck around. As the main assist is going to go to Bobby Hampton. Hampton was the one in the slot and fed it to his left. As Cranley looks like he's going to stay in the game as he gets a swig of water. It looks like they're going to the tablet. The only thing you can, unless they really change the rules, the only thing you can really look over is the goal line, whether the puck crossed the goal line or not. And I don't know. I mean, you could call like goaltender interference. The arm was raised by the referee. Is that in itself reviewable? It might be because they're showing some replays as Patrick Curry's the one that ran into Will Cranley. Cranley went down and a couple sticks went flying. Sam Rossini was on the ice, so was Mayhew. As Curry didn't look like he got nudged into, although there was right there, looked like Burke kind of had a motion where it could have been hooking on Burke. We've seen quite a few hooks here so far tonight. Let's see, the referee's coming out of the box. On Flow Sports, you might be able to hear him. No goal. Goaltender interference, no goal on the play, and it's still 5-2. So they waved off the goal that was scored by Nate Konepke. So he's still at 3 on the season. The referee, Sam Heideman, now talking with Kansas City captain Jake Jeremko as the goal was disallowed. Goaltender interference as Curry ran into Will Cranley. But they do list a power play for Kansas City. So you could say there's no goal in the play, but Mayhew gets a penalty as he shakes his head back and forth in disgust. So it is a power play for Kansas City. Mayhew, we believe, gets 2 minutes for hooking. So even though it's still 5-2, Kansas City is on a power play. Nolan Walker will crouch down and take the draw against Mick Messner. So Mayhew's in the box for Utah. Messner sporting a mustache will crouch down, the Merrimack product. It's a draw won by Kansas City. Up top as Hampton throws it across for McKenna, who couldn't reach it. Grizzlies will tap it off the far boards. It goes out to center ice as Kansas City will reset the attack, skating from left to right about 4 minutes into the third period. Bobby Hampton will drop it off as crossing center ice is Walker along the right wing. He skates down the right side, starting pass, shot and a score. Connecting is Jacob Hayhurst. He gets his 16th of the year. It's the 4th power play goal for the Mavericks here tonight. And that's the difference in the game as Walker skated towards the right circle, centered it out to Hayhurst. Hayhurst gathered it, went forehand to backhand, and got past Will Cranley. Kansas City, one of the best power plays in the league. And for the Grizzlies, they're ranked last in the league on the penalty kill, and really that's been what's been their downfall here tonight. 4 power play goals for Kansas City. It's 6-2, 4 minutes into the third period. So Walker's going to get an assist on the Hayhurst goal, as it's Hayhurst's 16th of the year. Mavericks cross center ice, skating from left to right. So Mavericks skate towards the left circle, take a lefty shot, and it goes wide as the puck ricochets towards the near wing boards. As Kansas City rolls it back around, the Mavericks have played good hockey here tonight. 4 power play goals as Jaremko kicks it out in front. Grizzlies poke it away. Now goes the high slot. Lefty shot is blocked. Grizzlies will ricochet off the far boards. Stapley chases after it. He gathers it and skates around Kansas City's net, but Stapley overskates the puck. And now it goes to the far circle. Kansas City gathers it, and they'll skate from left to right as they'll drag it out to center ice. Stapley on a back check took it away. Skating 5-on-5. Grizzlies will tap it off the near boards. Utah gains the line. Cutler skates down the middle. He loses it as Kansas City will start the attack again. Pass to the right connects as Kansas City skates towards the right side. Mavericks tap it to the right point. Now they get back to Hayhurst, who's already got a goal tonight. He scored Kansas City's 6th of the evening. He'll skate towards his right. Hayhurst over to Koski, who gets it off the near wall. Koski will let the center it, and Burke took it away. So Grizzlies cross center ice. Gallant gets spun around. Stallard chasing after it. Jordy Stallard gets it. He'll drop it off to the right circle. Righty shot. And it goes wide. It deflects out of play. It's taking the shot. I couldn't quite tell who it was. 14:44 is left in the third. It's a good job by Stallard, recognizing the guy behind him, and as he dropped it off along the far circle. It's the Mavericks 6 and the Grizzlies 2. Nolan Walker and Bobby Hampton got the assists on the Hayhurst goal, 3:56 in. As a draw won by Kansas City, as they're deep in their own zone, skating from left to right. 5.5 minutes into the third period, Mavericks cross center ice. Now they gain the line, skate towards the circle, but they lose the puck as the Grizzlies will tap it off the near boards and chase after it. As Berg gets there with good speed, Berg's got a point in 3 straight. He gets pushed by Ryan Devine, one of 5 defensemen tonight for Kansas City. Puck goes out of the zone. Grizzlies will gallop after it as Teixeira gets it at the Utah goal line and drops it off for Mayhew. Actually, the puck goes out to center ice for Adam Berg. He'll slice it to his right. Grizzlies enter the zone. As Utah right side looks to center to bounce off a stick and goes to Kansas City. So Mavericks cross center ice as Cade Borchard delivers it to his left. Now the Mavericks enter the zone. McKenna fires towards the net and it's blocked away. McKenna had 6 shots in the first 2 periods tonight. Mavericks back in their own end. Bobby Hampton, who's picked up 1, maybe 2 assists tonight, throws to his left as the Mavericks will carry it out to the neutral ice. Now they move it ahead as Mavericks slice it in from center ice. It ricochets off the backboard. It goes to Sam Rossini, who's got 1 assist in his pro debut. Rossini moves it ahead. And as the puck bounced off a stick, it goes flying into the Kansas City zone and taken by Duquette, who skates around his net. Duquette's got good speed. He crosses center ice, moves it ahead. Mavericks enter as Duquette chases after it. Cranley behind his net will bounce it off of Duquette. It goes to the near corner. As skating is Wickers. He gets cut off by David Cotton. And now Wickers gathers the puck, and he'll skate north-south. He'll get it to Rossini in the near side, back to Wickers, who gets it back towards Rossini, and it's bounced by a Grizzly forward, fits in the area as it goes to Stapley. Grizzlies step over the line as Gallant spins along the wall, make that Aragon. Aragon 2 goals tonight as he's out there with Stapley and Fitz. Puck goes to Kansas City, diagonal pass to the right, and pass goes wide of the mark as Hayhurst was trying to redirect it. It did hit off a stick, so no icing action deep in the Grizzly zone. As the puck goes towards Cranley, he lets it go as Kansas City skates around Utah's net. Grizzlies over on the far side battle as they gather it, and they'll throw it back across to Jacob Semick, the Arizona State product. He'll move it ahead to center ice as Cutler couldn't reach it. No icing as Cutler lets it go towards the far wing boards. As Grizzlies center it, but Cutler couldn't reach it. As the Mavericks along the near side, Cutler battles with Theo Calvis. Action still in the Kansas City zone. Mavericks skate around Calvis and will tap it off the wall to center ice. Grizzlies feed it to center. The only guy there was a Maverick. Crossing center ice and firing it in is Nate Konepke. As Grizzlies along the near side will guide it out to center ice. It bounced off of Calvis' stick. It goes back to the Mavericks 8 minutes into the third period. Mavericks cross center left wing, and they wing it around the boards. Cut off by Cranley behind his net. He'll slide it towards the far side As the Grizzlies spread the ice, diagonal pass is taken away by Calvis. It bounced off his stick and it went to Messner. Messner gets the line and throws it into the corner. Messner chases after it. He gets tripped up. He gets back to his feet, no call. Theo Calvis chases after it. He gathers the puck. Another Grizzly player goes down, falling on the ice as the Mavericks will guide it out to center ice. Pass connects. Mavericks have a breakaway. They skate down the middle. Backhand shot is blocked away as David Cotton had a breakaway, but his backhand shot was denied by Cranley. Grizzlies along the near side. Goes past Mayhew. Now Nutbar skates in. Shot and a score as Justin Nutbar got his 5th of the year as he went stick side past Will Cranley. And it's now a 7-2 game as the Mavericks kick the extra point. Well, if I got it right, Nutbar is the 7th different Maverick to score a goal tonight as he fired it over Will Cranley's right shoulder. That's been all Mavericks here tonight, other than the 2 goals scored by Aaron Aragon late in the second period. It's a Mavericks 7 and the Grizzlies 2, as Kansas City has 7 goals on 30 shots. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They gained the line as Utah skates towards the near corner. It's taken by Fitz. Backhand shot saved by Kelly. Rebound goes to Kansas City behind the net. As it goes back to Fitz, he feeds it up top. Rossini couldn't keep the line. He gathers it at center ice. He gets back to Wickers. Wickers will move it ahead. Grizzlies right side gather the puck and they dump it in as Kansas City near side will move it to Borchard, who slides it ahead to Curry. Curry crosses center ice. He's got 3 assists tonight. He gets cut off by Fitz. Grizzlies gather the puck as they cross center ice. Utah gains the line and throws it in. Kansas City chasing after it. They gather the puck behind Kelly's net. They skate towards the corner. Big time hit delivered in the corner as the glass sways back and forth. Right point, Grizzlies slide it across the Penner. Will take a righty shot. Saved by Kelly, and Kelly dives towards the near side to cover up. Kelly, the big 6'5" goaltender, covers up and makes the stop. 10:26 left in the third period. It's the Mavericks 7 and the Grizzlies 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
It's the Mavericks 7 and the Grizzlies 2. Patrick Kelly has 3 assists. The goals were scored by 7 different Mavericks. Just about everybody has contributed to the attack. Jordan Stallard in his Grizzlies debut wearing number 56. He'll take the draw with Nolan Walker. Draw won by Stallard. They'll throw it to the far side. Puck exits the zone. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the third period. As Kansas City takes the puck, they skate down the middle. Mavericks trying to lay it off. The pass goes wide of the mark. Grizzlies at center ice will bounce it off the boards. Chasing after it's Denia Kura as he collides. Makes a big-time hit on Nate Konepke as Hayhurst back in the near corner falls down. As Mavericks will advance it ahead. The difference in the game, 4 power play goals for Kansas City. As Mavericks neutralize, will back it out into their own end. Now they'll angle it to the right. Now it goes back to the defenseman as Kansas City will walk across center ice, and they'll fire it in. It ricochets off the boards. Cranley behind his net will saucer it around to the near side. Adam Berg gets hit, but he'll deliver it towards his right. Now the Grizzlies moving out to center. Stapley still hasn't scored a point tonight. Skates towards the right circle. Stapley around Kelly's net. He gets tripped up, no call. Calvis in the area. Stapley moves out to the right side. Lefty shot is blocked away. Now Mayhew, left wing, lefty shot. And a pad saved by Kelly. Maybe make that a blocker save as it was about chest high. As Grizzlies backhanded to the right circle. Utah centers it out in front. It goes wide as Mayhew will toss it to the corners. Grizzlies skate towards the right And they lay it over for Mayhew. He drops behind his back for Teixeira. Glances off of his skate. It goes to Kansas City. As the Mavericks skate in one-on-one. And now they skate around Mayhew. He'll take a shot and they score. And it's now 8-2 as Bradley Schoenbart is now the 8th different Maverick to score a goal tonight. And he is the 13th different Maverick to register a point. Schoenbart got around Mayhew and just fired a lefty shot over Will Cranley. He went glove side over Cranley with 8:52 left in the second. And this one has completely gotten away from the Grizzlies. And if we're being frank, this one's gotten ugly. Mavericks 2 goals in the first, 3 in the second, and now 3 here in the third. As the Mavericks have scored on just about every shot they have taken here. They have 3 goals on 4 shots in the third period. Calvis picked up an assist. That's his first assist. Just about everybody for Kansas City has scored a point tonight. Puck goes deep into the Mavericks zone. Near side, Aaron Aragon centers it. Shot goes wide as Aragon found Penner out in front. Penner's shot missed high as Penner gets blasted. Now the puck goes back to the left point, taken by Wickers. He fires a lefty shot that goes wide. A lot of traffic out in front. Kansas City gets the puck. They'll toss it off the near side as Aragon moves it ahead. Aragon's been a bright spot for the Grizzlies this evening. He's got both of Utah's goals. Kansas City out to center ice. It's picked off by Aragon. He crosses center ice. Aragon skates down the middle. Take a lefty shot that's blocked away. Aragon races after and gets it. Now I know he gets the Fitz. Puck goes over to Wickers, who battles, and he gets it back to Aragon, who gets held up along the near boards. Aragon trying to break free of Calvis as the puck goes back up top, right point. Grizzlies fake a lefty shot to get it across to Fitz, who swung and missed down the middle. Puck goes back to Wickers, who gets it across. Grizzlies get towards Aragon. He'll take a lefty shot that's blocked. Kansas City will cross center ice. Mavericks don't have numbers, so they throw it in at the end of a shift. Cranley behind his net will toss it towards the near side. The Grizzlies back deep in their own zone behind their net, skating from right to left. As Utah, their pass is picked off as the Mavericks will fire it towards the far corner. Utah taps it off the wall. Nate Konepke moves it ahead. Mavericks skate down the middle. Righty shot, saved by Cranley. As they had a good look for Casey Carew. Carew took a righty shot. Cranley made the save. 7:22 left in the third. It's the Mavericks 8 and the Grizzlies 2.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's Kansas City Mavericks 8 and the Grizzlies 2. It looks like 14 of the 17 skaters for Kansas City have at least 1 point. The only 3 that hasn't scored is Nate Konepke, Jake Jaremko, and Ryan Devine. Grizzlies get it. They enter the attack zone. Cole Gallant, left circle, righty shot is blocked away by Kelly. As Grizzlies lose along the near side, Mavericks skate from left to right. They got a 3-on-2. Mavericks gain the line. They get to the right circle. Mavericks center it out in front. Shot and a score. I think that's Nockbar getting his second of the game as the centering pass connected. And it is now a 9-2 game. As they got towards Walker, Walker slid it out in front to Nockbar, and Nockbar put it away as the pass went past Jordan Stone. Oh, mercy. It's the 4th goal by Kansas City here in the third period. I don't even know what you say at this point. Looks like they're going to review the play to say, I don't know, there was somebody near Cranley, whether it was goaltender interference or what. Puck did cross the goal line cleanly. This will be the 4th goal on 6 shots here in the third period, but they're looking it over right now. Same teams tomorrow night. The Grizzlies will be looking for revenge. Pass was kicked by Cranley. They're looking for a kicking motion. Well, I mean, Nakbar was skating towards the net. The puck bounced off his skate. Whether he was kicking it, well, and it's debatable. Let's see. They're showing the replay again. It kicked off a Cranley skate, kicked off a Nakbar. I don't know. There's a little bit of movement there with the stick, with the skate. I don't know if the skate was, if it was enough, or maybe Nakbar hit it with a skate. Let's see if he gets it with a stick towards the end. They show another slow motion replay. It bounced off the Cranley, kicked off a Nakbar skate, his right skate. Did he get a piece of it with his stick? And didn't look like he got a piece of it with the stick. He was trying to get it with the stick, maybe knowing that it was going to be close to, having it played with a kicking motion. Either way, it's probably just a reaction thing. As I think you can probably make a case either way. That's a tough one for Sam Heidemann to make a determination on. I say just looking at the scoreboard, give the Grizzlies a break. Well, let's keep it an 8-2 game. Looks better on the box score afterwards. It looks like it could go either way. Obviously, Nakbar cutting towards the net. There's going to be a little bit of momentum there. Whether there's a direct kicking motion, I guess really depends on who you're rooting for. I think if you're a neutral observer, it's a close call. Now, it looked like his skate moved a little bit once it hit the puck. It didn't look like it was going directly forward, though. So they're taking a good long look at it. As it's 8-2, maybe 9-2. Right now they've got 9-2 listed on the score bug. And it's a good goal. We catch a break at any point here this season. It's 9-2 Mavericks, 7:02 left in the third period. And this has been, well, we got to be frank about it. It's been a disaster tonight. Grizzlies won the draw. They'll tap it off the near wing boards. Burke, and now we get a whistle. Let's see. I think it was a hand pass. I think the puck lifted a little bit. 6:55 left in the third as the wobbling puck is picked up by one of the linesmen. It's not the one with the mustache. Jake Paw picked it up. It was Daniel Huntington that's got the sweet-looking mustache here tonight. Paw wearing number 88. Huntington wearing number 71. Puck is dropped. Grizzlies won the faceoff. As Mayhew crosses center ice, the all-star representative will fire it in. As Kelly gets it behind his net, he'll throw it towards the far side. It goes past Mayhew and everybody. We haven't seen many icing calls here tonight, but we get one here. 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third. On the Nakbar goal to make it 9-2, Nolan Walker and Casey Carew picked up the assists. So Walker certainly racking up the assists. He now has 3 tonight. Patrick Curry also has 3 assists for the Mavericks. As Kansas City wins the draw, and they'll move it out to center ice. Grizzlies get a stick in the way as Utah skates in. They'll tap it off the near boards and chase after it. As Cutler will slide it across. Burke chases after it. Burke gets blasted. He loses his balance. He gets back to his feet. Puck on the near side. Kansas City battles, and the puck goes over towards Cutler. Centering pass. Lefty shot. Kick saved by Kelly, as Burke was the one to take the shot. Puck gets cleared out to center. Grizzlies gather it back at their line. Utah moves ahead to center ice for Stapley, who pitches to his left. Grizzlies gained the line. They get it towards Mayhew. Kansas City gets a stick in the way as the puck bounces to center ice, where it's regathered by Mayhew. He skates towards his left. Now Mayhew skates down the middle. He gets cut off by Curry, and Mayhew dumps it in. Murray and Curry each played for the ECHL All-Stars this past Monday, winning 18-11 in Savannah. As the Mavericks move it ahead, Grizzlies keep it in. Quinn Wicker skates down the middle. Backhand shot is blocked away by a stick. Now the Mavericks gather the puck. 5:40 and counting left in the third. Mavericks will ice it. Grizzlies chase after it. No icing. It got redirected on the way as Grizzlies will saucer it out to center ice. As Utah crosses center, dumping it in as Fitz. The puck goes back to center ice. Utah will brush it ahead as Grizzlies horizontally throw it to Fitz. He gathers it as he'll stop in the left point. Fire righty shot, and it's sticked away by Kelly. As the Mavericks towards the far side, get it across center ice, 1-on-2. Kansas City gains the line, skates towards the left circle, take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. As now a battle behind Cranley's net. 3 Grizzlies, 2 Mavericks out there. Utah comes out of the pile with the puck. 5 minutes left in the third. As Utah crosses center ice, Fitz lays it in. As Mavericks chase after it. Everybody stopped skating. The puck must have deflected out of play. 4:54 left in the third. It's the Mavericks 9 and the Grizzlies 2. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Now, late in regulation, 4,990 is the paid attendance at Cable Dahmer Arena. Aaron Aragon scored both the Utah's goals. Both came in the final 5 minutes of the second period. Kansas City has scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 here in the third. As they have 4 goals on 7 shots in the third period. They lead 9-2 as puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone after the draw. As Utah moves out to center ice, Grizzlies lose it at neutral ice as Theo Calvis moves it ahead. Kansas City's gotten a point from 14 different skaters tonight. They throw it to the right side. Grizzlies double team him, including Jordan Stallard in his Grizzlies debut. Kansas City right point. Calvis fires to the near corner. It's picked off. Grizzlies. Stallard moves out to center ice. Jordan, maybe Jordy's his first name. He goes by both as Kansas City crosses center ice. They gain the line. As they skate towards the right circle, Kansas City feeds it across. Skating down the middle, lefty shot is blocked away by Cranley. Mavericks towards the far corner. Koski delivers a big-time hit on Utah as the puck goes over towards the near side as it slides along the boards towards Bobby Hampton, who's acting as a defenseman tonight, normally a forward. He gets it shoveled away by Stallard. As Berg moves it ahead, Grizzlies cross center, and they backhand it in. Big-time hit. That might have been, we won't say it was dirty. It was Gallant went down. As Ryan Devine delivered a hit. Devine is 6'5", 240. Grizzlies towards the far corner get it. They skate along the right side. Lefty shot saved by Kelly. As Hampton moves it ahead, the Mavericks will cut across center ice. They'll throw it in 3-on-4 to the right corner. Kansas City gets chipped away. As Grizzlies will slide it to center ice. It goes back to Kansas City. As the Mavericks moving out to center. Now they zip it across. The Mavericks are in their own zone. 3:19 and counting left in the third. The Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 35-25. Kansas City throws a left wing pass that connects. Mavericks gain the line and skate towards the corner. Teixeira delivers a bump as the Mavericks feed it up top left point. As Konepke takes a lefty shot, and it's blocked away. As the Grizzlies, Dylan Fitz gallops after it in the near side, but it's Kansas City with it. Hampton right side takes a righty shot, and it's blocked away by Yakura. As the puck bounced off the Kansas City skate. Grizzlies trying to clear it out, and they do to center. As Mayhew near the Grizzlies bench will toss it in slightly. Grizzlies make a line change. Kansas City gets it back in their own end. About 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third. Diagonal pass connects to Curry. He overskates it. Woodbed delayed offside. Grizzlies cross center. Cutler, left wing, gets to the left side. He'll take a lefty shot. Glove saved by Kelly. As Cutler was all alone, just glided towards the left circle and fired away. Kelly made a glove save with 2:31 left in the third as he holds on. Same teams tomorrow as the Grizzlies will be looking for some revenge. Tomorrow is the 9th and final game of the road trip. Grizzlies come back home for a 3-game set against Rapid City, beginning with a Smiths family night on Wednesday, January 24th. Draw won by Utah. Quinn Wickers on the left side skates towards the corner. He gets hit. Kansas City gets the puck. Mavericks will saucer it airborne towards center ice. Grizzlies get it back to their blue line. They pitch it ahead to Stallard, who gains the line. Jordy Stallard skates towards the center. And they center it to Stapley from Stallard. It goes wide as the puck goes back over to Stapley near corner. Stapley's got a 10-game point scoring streak, but he hasn't scored a point here tonight. Puck goes over to the left point for Wickers. He'll take a lefty shot. And a body save by Kelly, who holds on. Stapley was looking for a redirection, and Marc-Olivier Duquette, the big 6'4", 201-pound defenseman, was able to keep Stapley out of the crease. It's just a routine shot looking for a redirection. And it was just a routine save by Kelly. And you saw Duquette on Flow Sports pushing Stapley, doing a good job, making sure Stapley couldn't get in front to try to alter the shot. Penner will take the draw against Jake Jeremko, who's gone scoreless here tonight. Jeremko has 4 goals and 3 assists, and this is his 17th game of the year. Jeremko, the Kansas City captain, has been a pro for quite a while, 27 years old, native of Minnesota. There's a draw won by Kansas City. They skate around Utah's net from left to right. Mavericks, diagonal pass to center ice, bounced off the stick. Knocked bars on hat trick watch. He's got 2 tonight, we believe. There was a goal that was disallowed. Mavericks skate in, left point, as they fake a shot and skate towards the far corner. As Utah gets hit by Kansas City. Action behind Cranley's net. 1:40 left in the third. As Kansas City over to the left circle. Lefty shot is blocked away. Grizzlies carry it across center ice. Left wing pass towards Fitz. It bounced up at his stick. Fitz chases after it in the near corner. Fitz loses his balance over in the corners. The Grizzlies in the far circle will skate around, looking for Kelly. Backhand shot saved by Kelly. Kansas City gets it, and they'll sail it all the way towards Will Cranley along the near wing boards. And it's going to be icing on Kansas City as Aaron Aragon talking things over with Ryan Devine. Devine put his left hand in the air, kind of saying, hey, my bad here. Is Aragon looking for the hat trick? Maybe Aragon's like, come on, let me have one here. Grizzlies haven't had a hat trick yet this year, as Aragon had the backhand shot and looked like he had a chance then. Aragon pushed Devine, then Aragon tripped up Devine. Both guys thought about dropping the gloves, and then they started laughing at each other. Devine does have a big size advantage against Aaron Aragon. He was a pretty tough guy, but Aragon goes 5'9", 185, and Ryan Devine, the Kansas City defenseman, goes 6'5", and 240. Jordan Stallard will take the draw against Jake Jeremko. Stallard in the cream-colored jerseys out there with Cole Gallant, who's on the left wing. Gallant had a second period assist. He has 20 assists this season. Grizzlies won the draw. They get to Semick along the left point. Semick is battling. Kansas City took it away. Good defensive play by Casey Carew. Carew gains the line. He gets tripped up. Kansas City gains the line. Carew had already entered, so offside is a call. Carew probably wants a penalty, but he's not going to argue too much here at this point in the game. 1:07 is left in the third. Draw is going to come back to neutral ice. I guess the best thing that can be said about this game is that Semick, you probably could say they tripped him up, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Best thing that can be said about tonight's game is Grizzlies play again tomorrow. So you have not a whole lot of time to dwell on this one. You just got to move on to tomorrow. As draw won by the Grizzlies, but it goes past Semick, who's back deep in his own zone. He'll feed it to Adam Berg, who's got a point in 3 straight. That might come to an end unless the Grizzlies score here in the final minute. Grizzlies backing out to the far corner. Action still in the Grizzlies zone. Kansas City challenges as the Mavericks along the far goal line. As they've got the puck, and they'll throw it up top now across. Puck exits the zone. Calvis on the right side will back it out to his blue line. He moves out to center. As it gets to Knockbar on the right side, Knockbar enters, and he'll wing it around the boards. Cranley behind his net will throw it to the left side. Kansas City skates towards the corner, and they'll wing it back around as players from both teams chasing after it. 22 seconds left in regulation. As Berg holds his ground, but Kansas City gathers the puck. Now they get it taken away. Utah skates around Cranley's net, stops. Kansas City takes it away. 10 seconds left. Mavericks skate towards the right circle. Knockbar loses it as the puck goes back to the corner. Semick battles him. As Semick goes down, Knockbar, a physical player. 2 seconds left. And mercy, that will do it. Kansas City wins 9-2 as they score 2 goals in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 in the third. Both the Utah's goals were scored by Aaron Aragon. This is the largest defeat for the Grizzlies this season. Kansas City stays in first place, and their record goes to 27-7-1. Grizzlies' record falls to 14-22. They are now 3-16 on the road. Post-game show starts in 1 minute. Once again, the final score, the Kansas City Mavericks 9 and the Utah Grizzlies 2.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Every now and then you have a game, and it's just not your night. Tonight just wasn't the Grizzlies' night. As Kansas City scored early and often, early meaning 12 seconds into the game, as Cade Borchard scored. The initial shot was taken by Patrick Curry. It bounced off of Cranley, and then Borchard was able to gather it and score his 10th of the year as he was about 10 feet in front of the crease, and the puck was just laying there. Borchard gets his 10th goal of the season. McKenna and Curry with the assists. Kansas City extended the lead to 2-0 as McKenna scored on the power play from the left wing. 12:53 in, with Hampton and Walker getting the assists. Kansas City led 2-0 after one period. They outshot the Grizzlies 14-6. Kansas City had then added 2 goals early in the second period, both in the first half of the frame. Josh Carlson got his first pro goal, and this is Kansas City debut, his first game in this league. He had played previously in the SPHL earlier this season. Before that, played overseas for a few seasons. He's a native of Sweden. Carlson got his first of the year, 4:32 in to the second, with Jacob Hayhurst getting the assist. Then the Mavericks got back on a power play, and Davis Cotton scored on a rebound for his 5th of the year, with Koski and Curry getting the assist, and that made it a 4-0 hockey game. Grizzlies got on the board. Aaron Aragon with a sweet-looking backhand shot from the slot, and that goal was 15:07 into the second. The main assist was made by Sam Rossini in his professional debut. Rossini played 5 seasons at the University of Minnesota, and he picked up an assist. He played a pretty decent game. Rossini listed at 6'2", 197 pounds. Oh, there are other publications list him at 6'4". He's probably somewhere in between. Also picking up an assist was Cole Gallant, who got his 20th of the year. The time of Aragon's first of 2 goals was 15:07 into the second period. And then about 3 minutes later, Aragon scored again, which was his 2nd of the night and 7th of the year. Kyle Mayhew got the only assist on the play. Late in the second period, the Grizzlies got a bench minor for too many men on the ice, 18:47 in. That was served by Brandon Cutler. Didn't mean he necessarily committed the penalty, but he was just representing the Grizzlies there. Koski scored from the slot as he fired at stick side past Cranley. It was his 16th of the year. Curry and Duquette with the assist, and the Mavericks led 5-2 after 2 periods. Kansas City scored 4 unanswered goals off of 8 shots in the third period, so they had a 50% shooting percentage in the third. Jacob Hayhurst scored the first of 4 goals in the third. That made it a 6-2 game, 3:56 in. Justin Nachbar scored 8:44, and that made it a 7-2 game. Nachbar being interviewed right now on the Kansas City feed. Bradley Schoombart got his 4th of the year, 11:08 into the third, with Theo Calvis getting an assist. And then Nachbar scored his 2nd of the game, 12:58 into the third period. That made it a 9-2 game. Patrick Curry and Nolan Walker each had 3 assists. Jeremy McKenna and Cole Koski each had 1 goal. Looked like 2 assists came from Bobby Hampton and Casey Carew. 14 of the 17 skaters for Kansas City had at least 1 point in tonight's game. The only 3 that didn't was Nate Konepke, was a +2. Jake Jaremka was a +1. He was scoreless. Ryan Devine also had no points and was a +1. For the Grizzlies, Aragon had both of the goals. Gallant and Mayhew, as well as Sam Rossini, each had an assist. So Mayhew now has a point in 8 of his last 10 games. Brett Stapley's 10-game point scoring streak, though, came to an end. Adam Berg's 3-game point scoring streak also came to an end. The real difference in the game, 4 power play goals for Kansas City. They were 4 for 8 on the power play. The Grizzlies were 0 for 3. Good crowd over at Cable Dahmer Arena. 4,990 were on hand to see. It was a pretty dominating performance by the Kansas City Mavericks. Final score, 9-2. I guess the good thing for the Grizzlies is they don't have to wait long to play again. It's not one of those where you lose and then you have to dwell on it for 4 or 5 days. They get right back at it tomorrow in a game that's going to start at 5:05 in the Mountain Time Zone. It's been a long road trip for the Grizzlies. They did spend a couple days back in the Salt Lake Valley, getting laundry done and some other things before heading back out to Kansas City. So it's not like they've been on the road this entire time, although they were on the road for 2 straight weeks, from Newfoundland straight to Allen and then Wichita after that. But it's just, the road woes continue for the Grizzlies. They're now 3-5 on the road trip and 3-16 on the season. I do have a lot of confidence that the Grizzlies are going to play well next week at Mavericks Center against Rapid City. Now, if they can find a way to win tomorrow, you're talking about 4-5 road trip. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The Grizzlies did lose a couple key defensemen earlier this week, Josh Wesley and Brian Yoon, each to AHL call-ups. Wesley to Colorado, and then Brian Yoon earlier today got loaned to the Hartford Wolfpack. It's just one of those that, this happens every now and then, a couple times a year where you just got to shake your head and say, hey, it wasn't our night. And tonight just wasn't the Grizzlies' night. It doesn't mean that Kansas City is necessarily 7 goals better than them every game. But I think tonight Grizzlies fans got an indication as to why Kansas City right now is in first place in the Mountain Division. You got to tip your hat. They played a good game. But for the Grizzlies, it's just, it's almost like you just got to scratch this one from memory and just be like, all right, this one's over. It happened. Got to move on to tomorrow. For the Grizzlies, though, going into tomorrow, it's one of those things. You got that tough balance, playing hard and playing disciplined and not committing penalties. Kansas City had 8 power plays. The Grizzlies had 3. And, Kansas City was able to capitalize on 4 of those power plays. That certainly felt like there in the first 2 periods that was a big difference in the game. In fact, 4 of Kansas City's first 7, 4 of their first 6 goals were on the power play tonight. So it's just, I think for the Grizzlies, you don't want to dwell on it too much. And luckily with the game tomorrow night, you don't have an opportunity to dwell on it. You don't want a performance like tonight to kind of carry over, and then all of a sudden one tough performance turns into 2, and then before you know it, things have snowballed a little bit. It's just the Grizzlies are still 6-5 in their last 11 games. It's just there have been times where the Grizzlies have played good hockey. It just, unfortunately, from the Grizzlies' perspective, it just wasn't meant to be here tonight. Let's check the other Mountain Division action in the league before we head out. We'll also see if we can find out who the 3 stars of the game are. Halfway through the 3rd period, Idaho leads Rapid City 4-1. The Grizzlies will face Rapid City at Mavericks Center 3 times next week, with the first game being a Smith family night on Wednesday, January 24th. Tulsa added an empty netter at the end as they shut out Wichita 3-0. And how about this? Eddie Matsushima ended up scoring all 3 of Tulsa's goals. He scored 1:45 into the 3rd period, and then he scored 2 empty net goals in the final minute of regulation. So Matsushima, with the 2 empty netters, ended up with the hat trick, goals 13, 14, and 15 on the season. Julian Zunka got the victory in net for Tulsa. He stopped all 35 shots as he gets the shutout for the Oilers. They defeat Wichita 3-0. I think that's the only Mountain Division matchups here this evening, as the Grizzlies just came up short tonight, losing 9-2 to Kansas City. Well, that'll wrap things up. The Allen Americans are off this weekend. That's why there's 3 Mountain Division games. Kansas City won 9-2. Idaho, late in regulation, leads 4-1. And then Tulsa shut out Wichita 3-0. 3 stars of the game, scoring his first pro goal, Josh Carlson, the native of Sweden. He is the 3rd star. Number 2 star, Cole Koski, had 1 goal and 1 assist. He was an even on the plus-minus category, but he certainly contributed on the power play for Kansas City. And Justin Nakbar is the number 1 star. He scored 2 goals. Both of them were in the 3rd period. I think based on, who really contributed when the game was in balance, I'd almost look at Jeremy McKenna, who scored some big goals. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Looks like Jacob Hayhurst also had 1 goal and 1 assist. I mean, by the time Nakbar found the back of the net twice, the game was already out of reach. So I don't know if I agree with the 3 stars. I'd probably put McKenna and Hayhurst, each guy had 1 goal and 1 assist, put them on the list. Obviously, Carlson with his first pro goal, he's probably going to be included on any 3 stars list. I'd probably give Cole Koski a star as well. That's probably the problem about a night like tonight, is just about everybody you could put getting a star. And for Utah, Aaron Aragon did have 2 goals. Obviously, they're not going to give him a star in this sort of game, but it just is what it is. Aragon, believe it or not, was actually a +2 for the Grizzlies. He was on the ice for both the Utah's goals, and he was not on the ice for any of Kansas City's even strength goals. So Aragon was a +2. It was a bright spot for the Grizzlies here this evening. Tyler Penner and Dylan Fitz reach a +1 for the Grizzlies. And if you just replace Aragon with Raby, Raby got injured in Wichita, I believe, on Sunday. Grizzlies were without Raby, as well as Cody Cron and JC Campagna. Looks like that forward line continues to do some good things. Aragon was a +2. Penner and Fitz reach a +1 for the Grizzlies this evening. So, that forward line looks like they're continuing to play good hockey, even though obviously the scoreboard tonight, just didn't go the Grizzlies' way. Kansas City wins 9-2. The 9 goals are the most allowed by the Grizzlies in a game this season, and the most allowed by the Grizzlies since Rapid City scored 10 goals on Utah in March of 2022. Well, we'll do it again tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, if not necessarily the final outcome. Once again, in 2 hours and 31 minutes and in front of a crowd of 4,990, it was all Kansas City. They get a 9-2 victory. They got points from 14 of 17 skaters. Grizzlies got 2 goals and a +2 performance from Aaron Aragon. Coverage tomorrow begins at 4:50. Face off about 5:05 here in the Mountain Time Zone. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.